40 days since I was cast into exile, banished to the bleak backwaters of the Empire, along with a wretched band of other exiles and dissidents. I see it now. Mille Pichu, cradling its riches. A mountain of silver amid a pile of dust. I can feel the quiet malice of this place. Others have come before, and all have failed. Every governor and geologist, every miner and missionary, all of them lost. But I shall overcome. I shall take the mountain's bounty, reclaim my honor, and I shall see my home again.
Alrighty, and here we are now in the seasons of silver on this desolate island in the middle of nowhere. Lots of ruins. That was a failed colony before us. And yeah, our goal is basically now to build up that silver production again and fulfill the deliveries from the king. Now let's get cracking with the first buildings that we can destroy. With every building we destroy, we will be getting some resources in again that we basically urgently need, right? So in that case here, build a settlement capable of silver mining and redemption. Do the royal overseer will visit, and for that we should be ready. So let's get rid of those basic buildings here. They provide me with lots of resources, and with those resources I will be able to rebuild the Hacienda, right? So that is the new mechanic that we have in this game. And there it is now. Finally, we can build it, renovate it, and this is basically going to be a huge new area for the new world. A resident befitting a man of my stature, so he moves in right away. Modest man that he is. Now, we do need a connection to the harbor first though, so there is no connection here, and also all the way then down to my harbor area. Can I move this one? I can move the Hacienda then, very good. That's pretty important. Let's continue by getting rid of those ruins there. That's going to be some starting resources. And we should be going ahead now with our first basic productions. The first one, of course, the game already tells us where we should have the lumberjack hut, I guess. So over there is a destroyed lumberjack hut. I'm going with a second one just over there. And then we are having the warehouse and 2 sawmills in the center, right? I think that's just going to be fine for our first basic production over there. And also really cool, we are now in a season. We are in the season of summer at the moment. So lumberjack hut is increased by 15% the production, and also fields produce 10% more basically. And then there comes the monsoon season where the rivers fill up with water, right, and the lakes, and we have more further area, but that's for later. Right now we're really just here in the Hacienda. We could select a policy already: reduce meat consumption and reduced happiness, increases the rum consumption and increases happiness, and increases coffee consumption and increases happiness. So either way, whatever we have should be fine then. Honorarios I need to attract now, the first ones, and for that I will probably need my Hacienda, right? Or actually we cannot do that, I think, as this one here doesn't provide me any buildings for now. We have the resident, there we have that. So there's the storeroom, there's the quarters, so this is where people live in, and we should get this one going. It's starting out with a very small radius, and the more people live in the Hacienda, the bigger that radius will get over time, right? So let's just have the first block of it, the first people that will move in now into this village there. There's also a basin over there that I'm not going to destroy. We rather rebuild it later then. It's going to provide irrigation. Now, there's the first people moving in. Up to 20 can live in one of these houses, and they look fantastic, by the way. These are not the normal Honorarios residences, right? And we can just basically walk around in the desert. I mean, it's at least sunny and a beautiful weather, right? And in here, people are just doing their business, thinking about death, stuff like that. You know, whatever you do on a desolate island, really. It's goodly pooping, I guess, making babies. All right, we continue, of course, with the next things. We have lots of stuff to do, actually. We need to start our silver production. The silver production is not unlocked yet. We do need the honoraries for that first, a decent chunk of them. And this will then provide me with the first buildings for the silver mining. Silver mining is not going to be so easy. There's lots of buildings involved with that. Let's just get rid of these roads there. They bother me a bit. And we have the warehouse, right? Let's put the warehouse a bit further down there. I think for my Hacienda, we do have the farm available. So this is producing then corn for us. And I just need to make sure, basically, that the farm is in a fertile area, right? The farm itself needs to be in the fertile, it needs to be close to it, but it doesn't need to be completely in the fertile area. We just need to have the fields in that. And the fields also don't need to be in the Hacienda range, right? So that's basically the important thing here. And the Hacienda farm, as we can see, is a multi-factory, and we do need the corn as our first one. Oh, we do need 50 honoraries. So I do need to build more honoraries residences. Let's go ahead, do this, a couple more here, probably on the back of my Hacienda, right? We can, let's move the basin will remove any additional collected water stored inside. Is there water stored inside? Doesn't look like it. Nope. So we can just move it. And more. We need more quarters. We need more people. Right. That's a couple more. We have a bit more timber. 2 timber. Each one of these costs. Also quite a lot of bricks, by the way. There you go. That's looking like a fine, smaller settlement. And yeah, I kept the room here in front of it on purpose empty on purpose, because we might still want to squeeze in then some ornaments or something bigger. I don't know. We do need the Obrera quarters, the brewery, and perhaps also a church or a chapel or something like that. Right, so I'm just going to add a couple more of these corn farms then here, that we use the maximum amount of basically of the fertile area, right? We can, lucky us, get the fields all the way down there. Use as little space as possible in the front, like so. And fields is just going around that lake then. No idea if we're going to need the lake at some point or not. We have 70 people now living in our small village. That means the corn will be available now. Planting corn. There it is. With these all new beautiful buildings. And I have no idea how much do we produce of that now. Can we see that somewhere? Productivity is increased, obviously. That would be something. And the farm is producing corn, but that's really it. I guess I need to check then the productivity measurer here, and we can see that we are producing 1 per minute now. Right, so that's that. The tortilla maker though needs 2 per minute, so I will need a second field, obviously. And for that, we need more. Also, we definitely need more quarters. So I'm just going ahead, because workforce is really bad. Overall, we're not getting in a lot of it. I still have this warehouse down there. That's... Wait a second. Where are they getting the resources to anyway? Ah, very good. The Hacienda is the warehouse. How perfect is that? So we don't need that warehouse there and save the resources. Also, we've unlocked the rum production now. And I guess that is also, once again, possible in here. Yes, there's the sugarcane. Once again, we could do that. And I'm just going ahead with another corn farm then here. Or actually a sugarcane farm then. Right, that is going to do the trick here. Alright, we also got a ship, Hermes Grande do Imperio. A beautiful ship, by the way. I like the red and green colors. And it has lots of resources on board. Perfect. That's a nice coincidence. And I guess we could also use that ship for some exploration out there. I mean, it's really, really empty, right? It's just a pure desert area that we have. Any points of interest would be much appreciated. I think I've seen a church somewhere, a ruin or something like that. I don't see it yet. Might be somewhere then. Alright, we got some workforce there. These farms really take a lot of workforce though. So the Hacienda corn farm. I will need to build a second one. Right, so that's going to be for the fields then. And we have an achievement. The Great Estate. Get the corn going here too. And for the tortillas, we still need something, and that would be the goat farm. Now, goat farms, if I remember correctly from Envesa, don't need a lot of fertility, right? So, or a lot of fertile, moist area. So we can basically just get them over here in this area, in this desolate area there too. Perfect here in the corner of it. That would be one, and then we can just get a second one up here as well, with some fields. Like so, just beside the mountain there. There's also no mining site or anything like that, so I can just, squeeze them in. Let's build it, and let's build those two. It's really expensive, the whole thing. And then we need the tortilla maker. One. Fortunately, it's only one for now. And I'm probably also going to squeeze it in just over here, really. There you go. Why? Because I don't want to waste too much space beside my hacienda. Just going ahead there with that. No fire station yet. So we still need to wait on it. But that's going to work now too. There's also some clay deposits, 3 of them, that we will probably need to use then soon for resources. Balance is low, but since tortilla is coming in, I should be seeing a nice jump of workforce then soon. The radius hasn't been increased yet. There's also the brewery. I don't know, the brewery, could it? I don't think that it will produce the... Nope, it will not produce tortillas, right? Only rum, by the looks of it. But let's get more jornaleros out there. I will probably just use that space here now. Oh, and this one has no hacienda in range now. So it will not be functional. And yeah, basically, I will probably need to build them here. Because I need the workforce. Let's just make a second double road here. Kind of like the main road for this village there for now. These need the range, that's the important thing. And yeah, obviously that's working now, but that's just it, right? I can't do anything else with this hacienda for now, as basically every space has been used. Now I hope that the tortillas is coming in soon, because we need the workforce. We are only at 140 out of 300. What we can still do, I can still build up a smaller second village, right? We still have the marketplace available and the jornaleros workforce, of course. I think it's a good thing to do this as well. So just over there we have a smaller village then, right, with normal people living there. So normal jornaleros on either side, for example, here, and then a couple more here and here. And they're just bordering to the normal hacienda. Over there. I guess we do need a bit of space for a chapel or something like that right here in the center, and that's it. Oops, that is the chapel space then, and also a couple more here. We have the timber, let's build the warehouse, and let's build these jornaleros residences. Right, they're really cheap. And they're going to boost us nicely. We do need to hurry up after all, because, yep, the first deliveries might be due soon that we need to fulfill. And summer is also ticking down. Now there's the workforce, and as we can see, it also counts towards my quest. Perfect. And Deserto de Prata has reached town level with that as well. And with that, we get the fire station. Meanwhile, the lumberjack huts are working. So there's actually something growing after all. Some trees. 2 of them. Let's have a third one just over there with another sawmill on its back. Alright, there's the connection then also going down. Perfect. So after all, we need timber. That's just going to work for us. We can also continue then with a bit of blueprinting just over there. Not looking pretty, but it's going to do the job. And then here perhaps as well. There's a silver ore deposit here. I guess we're going to use this.
But the rains that follow are plentiful. If we can build a basin to collect the water, we could have irrigation all year round.
That would be pretty beneficial, I guess. There's also now a lower happiness. That probably means that the chapel is needed. We can just check this one out. There's the chapel. Do these guys here need it too? Yes, everybody needs the chapel. So I guess we are going to build 2, right? So I'm going to build one over here and one closer than to my hacienda. Oh, and it has grown. The radius has grown. How very nice. I can build a couple more of them now. Right, so I'm probably going to move one over to that side because there's the chapel. And then we're just going to have a couple more Here. Oh, it's a huge radius now. So we do have a lot of space available. And I can just go ahead and have a couple more here. Probably not so close to the river. And then definitely very much appreciated, I guess, by everyone. That would be the chapel. Let's have this one here in the center. And I'm going to have then another one probably over there somewhere. Right, so here. That is going to provide for these guys. That's a bit close perhaps. I think this one actually is enough for now. And I don't need to worry about that. That makes them a bit happy again. So we have a content population. They have the chapel. And they have the tortillas coming in now. I think tortillas will be pretty low. Yes, it's actually not enough at the moment. So I would need to double my tortilla production. Could I increase the productivity? Yes, I can by 50% for the corn. And then by 50% for the goat. That is still fine. And then most likely also my tortillas, right? So that is reducing it, the contentness, but we still have a content population. So I like to use that. Of course, riots could happen with that as well. I rather not think about that for now. Then we have the next production already. That would be my brick production. So let's have this one. Yeah, I guess in this area. Very good. There's also the warehouse then already working for that. Just get all of them up and running. They only need Honeleros this time. So there they are working in all their glory. And that will lead now to bricks coming in. Also, I think it has grown again. Holy cow, it's huge by now. I can use more Hacienda Honeleros over here. I would like to do that. Because I like these buildings more and I would like to see how they look then further down the road. So let's have another block here, just by the ocean. That's the most important, the most expensive estates. Going to be here by the beach. And I guess also this area. A couple more here by the silver mine. There you go. That should be working. And let's build them. Alright, let's finish these guys here first. As the whole thing is growing. I guess eventually we're going to have the whole island in its range. We might need to move it a bit further up there. That could always be possible. For now though, it should be fine. Reduced happiness, let's not do this for now. I would like to start on my rum production though, next up. So that would need then the lumberjack hut and the sugarcane. That is pretty important for the happiness overall, right? And schnapps is also there as far as I can see. And the poncho also needs farms. So we can already see that this fertile area here by the lake is not going to be sufficient long-term wise, right? So I will need to work on that. With the increased productivity, we have solved the tortilla problem for now, so at least it's equal. And that means I can work on my next production, which is the sugarcane. Yeah. So number one, right? That's this one. And we're going to select the sugarcane out of that. Build the fields. And then we have the rum distillery. And I'm probably going to have my industry somewhere over there in this area. Probably the safest bet. And down here we could have the fields. Because there's then also here the lake or the river, right? And there's a basin that we can move over. And I would love to have my industry then a bit further away from it. So let's build the second farm over there. That's also going to be sugarcane once more. So one is producing 2 sugarcane per minute. That means I can have 2 rum distilleries with 2 of them, right? Because the ratio is 1:1 there as well. And the only problem is, well, our consumption. So we'll have a look at that then as well. That's the sugarcane already. I guess we can, safely squeeze in 2 more crop fields than here for that area. Whatever we need then over there as well, right? So just have this one growing now, build it. And then we need the rum distillery that needs 1 lumberjack hut. And let's just have this one over there, right in this corner. There's 1, and this is fine for 2 of these distilleries. Let's have another warehouse then in this area. Right, and then we can safely have 2 distilleries for now. And later we might squeeze in more. I also definitely will need a fire station here. that I'm going to have in the center there, because I'm very, very traumatized by fires in general. Not a lot of timber coming in though. All 3 factories are working. Busy area. Looking good. And there's the timber rolling in. That would be the next warehouse now. Then we have the lumberjack up here that is planting now. Then we can actually start ahead with the first rum distillery. It's getting now the sugarcane and the logs. Right, the logs are coming from up there then as well for this distillery, so that this one can start its work as well. Quite the industry we're building up as well. Looking good. I do have some timber still left over. Right. Just do that. Yeah, we have that. Let's just pause it as always a bit. Build up some storage for my jornaleros. And then there would be the poncho as the next one. And that needs the linseed farm. And I guess we don't have that crop here. Right. Potatoes would be the next one, and the sugar, but that's it. So there would be actually now reason to build the basin over there to start fertilizing this area, moisturizing it. So there would be lots of fields then in this area down there. Let's also go ahead with the next road that I would like to get all the way down here, because there is another clay deposit that we can then use, and I think we should be doing that as soon as possible. We have a nice income there, by the way. The jornaleros are paying good coin. We should use that to start our next brick production. I'm pretty sure we're going to need lots of bricks. Next industry. Right. And also, what I would like to do is here, since those guys I think are not paying that much. Holy cow, yes. The Hacienda jornaleros are paying way more than the normal ones. The normal ones are paying me 14 for a half full house. And the jornaleros here pay me 30 for half full house. Right? So way more, really. That means basically that the normal jornaleros really don't have a right to exist here. Let's get rid of those guys. What I would like to do there is I would like to move the Hacienda over. Right? It does cost me a bit. But I think it's going to pay off. Long-term wise again, and with that we can have those guys then moved over a bit, and I think that's just a better location overall, right? And those guys will need to be moved here. That's an easy task. And now we have a bit more space around the Hacienda there in general. The farms are still being in the radius though, so no problem there. Those guys. And then also here beside this Hacienda there. Right. Very nice. And I can just go ahead and build those guys there too. Oh, and we're out of bricks now. So no problem. I need to wait. By now the rum should be in. Yep, the first 6 tons are in. Let's also unlock the rum for the jornaleros. This will lead to more income, of course. I hope so. And look at how dirty the normal jornaleros look in comparison to the Hacienda jornaleros. There really is no reason to keep them, right? Let's get rid of them. Unfortunately, I don't get the resources back. And in this area, let's have a main road then that continues, right? All the way here. And I'm going to move them. So that we have a nice area right in front of it where I could have some ornaments and stuff like that. I really would like to have that. Right, much better. So we have a nice little garden in front of it or whatever. We'll see about that. Yeah, as we continue getting rid of the normal jornaleros, because really I don't like them at all. So we're just going to gradually get rid of them and build as the normal ones over it. And there it is. Summer is coming to an end as well. The monsoon is starting. With this one, we get the chance of fire reduced. Also, productivity of leachers and oxidation pools is increased. The flooded mines, productivity, silver mines produce 50% less. And the fishery also produces 20% less. The heat is over. And now the rain starts. Time to focus on the next production then. That would be the schnapps. And for that, I would like to start with my irrigation now soon. Right, I think, do we need irrigation actually in the monsoon? As we can see, the river is coming up. So perhaps this area now turns fertile as well. For schnapps though, I can use these farms here, right? So we can build actually that one. And nope, let's not choose the sugarcane, but let's choose the potatoes. And the cool thing about these plantations, I don't need to remove them anymore. I can just change the crops if I need to, right? So if we, for example, only want them to have the corn here, I can just go ahead and change the productivity to corn, for example, and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat, I think. All right, so those fields are now complete as well. And then we have still this one. We can still, by the way, squeeze in a few more here, what I can see. To have this one. That's the 100. Just basically need to build it now. They need a warehouse in range. I don't have one. Let's build one here. There you go.
No fields, no work.
And of course I need to build the potato farms there as well. The fields. Right, so that we start with that production. Now we have also the everything for the second one. And we're going to change this one to potatoes. I've got 2 of these. And then I just need my schnapps production. I mean, they do need schnapps, right? Yes. And that would be the brewery, I guess, this time that we need. As my first brewery building. That's for the rum and the schnapps, both of it. And it will need to be within the range there as well, obviously, in order to work. We could squeeze it in just nicely here, right? Our first brewery. And I think I like that, because it's just fitting in nicely into the fields there, having it behind it. And let's just have a look at its catalog. There's the rum, there's the schnapps. Let's choose the schnapps for it. And let's just see how much we produce, really. Okay, let's unlock the schnapps so we can also see its demand. We do need 3 per minute. One brewery is only producing 1 per minute though. So that's, yeah, that's not going really to work out. I would need a couple more of these breweries. They're not producing a lot, are they? Increasing their productivity by 50% could help in that case. Or we'll just need to have my own production somewhere else. Alright, the basin does require 35 tons of bricks. We have 15 almost. So I just need to wait a bit more for the bricks to come in. And then we have the hot sauce. That is something I don't think I've unlocked yet. What we could still go with is the ponchos though. I think, yep, they need it for happiness, and that is important. So the ponchos, we are actually outside of the range of the Hacienda here. So I could use this area now for my linseed farms, right? So if I have, like, I don't know, let's just check it out. We can produce 2 per minute with this poncho down there. The demand right now is 1. So we really don't need that much of it. And that means that basically 2 farms should be fine for the consumption that we have of that at the moment. Plus a mill here. It's 144 fields that we do need to use in this area. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use this area. And then we've actually used everything, right? Everything has been used now. It's looking like that. Let's build them. And there's also the fields for that. Alright, what I can see now is that there's no fertility for linseed. Alright, we actually do need to work on the fertility there. I absolutely did not count this one in. So I guess one of these islands is having it. Yes, there it is, for example. So we do need to settle on one of these islands then as well with some of our resources. We have lots of timber, so I could just get a couple of bricks and a couple of timber over to one of the other islands that has the linseed, this one. The other one doesn't have it. The other one only has nitre deposits, right? This one here has the linseed. Let's go to this beach there because there's more space to build up a smaller second village, I guess, that we need. There's also something over there. Nope. Really dark looking right now. As we just continue with a bit more expansion. There's a bit of schnapps now, and as we can see, the balance is really looking fine. We are at 670 people for now. I hope you enjoyed this one. We continue onwards and with our first silver mine and also with our irrigation. And then, well, it's not looking so bad, is it? So we are still alive, of course, obviously, and we have a nice palace. That's for us. Around the palace, a couple of buildings are situated, you know, paying us taxes, quite a lot of them too, since they are, well, content at the moment, my people. And we have also provided them with some schnapps that makes them even happier, of course. If you're drunk with schnapps and rum at the same time while eating tortillas, oh my goodness, I would be completely busted. And, well, in that case, my population is just the same, it seems. Now, one thing that we still need to do here really is, what I can see is that still we are really tight on those resources there. So, schnapps and tortillas, both of them are not providing as much as I would like to, especially the schnapps. And also the tortillas is only equal anymore. So for that, we do now have our next project at hand, that is the basin irrigation. Getting us more fields out there would be golden. Another thing is we should really follow along with the quest. I have no idea though when the deliveries start, right? So there's upcoming deliveries here. We'll visit in due course. That doesn't really tell me that much, right? I think it might trigger once we start with the silver ore. I have no idea though, right? So we might fail at this miserably. I could also just wait endlessly, perhaps until I get my first silver mining going. No idea about that. The thing is, we should really get cracking on some more farming. And on the other hand, over here we have another clay deposit. Bricks is really not coming in. I gotta say that. We have 2 clay deposits already working for us. It's not enough. There's just not enough coming in. So we are going to afford us this bridge right here for the 20 tons of timber that it cost us, right? But at least we can afford it. And this one will provide us more bricks than over here. So we do need another production that I'm going to get right here in the desert. Is there something else? There is actually a silver deposit. So I might push this warehouse then a bit over there. I mean, warehouses are cheap, right? So I don't really need to juggle around there. I really just want to get my brick production up. Another thing that we can do is build more houses, but more houses lead to more consumption, and right now I cannot afford that, since we're also using almost all the space that is available here now with my plantations for the potatoes. I would probably not really like to add more potatoes than here. We can use this one for normal fields though, or we wait for the radius of the Hacienda to expand one more time, and then we can get us some multi-farm factories here as well. So I'm just probably going to wait for that. The major thing right now is the bricks. So we are waiting for the 35 tons of bricks, and then we can build the first hacienda. And for the silver mining, we do need 25 tons of bricks, right? The first silver mine is probably going to be situated here, where we have this deposit. And right next is then the warehouse for this location. But that's once again quite a lot of bricks, and I think the basin is more important right now to supply our population. Alright, the resources are in actually faster than I think now. The bricks is flooding. So let's build the first basin. I think there was a quest, right? Wasn't it a quest? No, it was not. It was just a kind of like a recommendation that we should do this. And as we can see, there's not a lot of irrigation capacity coming out of this one. If I get the basin here now going, that's the canal, right? And we can only really get, I think, 10 of them out. So let's just move this one real quick down here and try to get the maximum out of it. And that's really it. Is that serious? That's how much irrigation we can get out of one basin. It's incredible, really. That's not a lot. I can have one more. Is it expanding somehow then, perhaps? It's at 11 now. It's space water capacity. Alright, but yeah, I guess that's it, right? I can also not connect it with the river or anything like that. Holy cow, what kind of plantation can we squeeze into one of these? That's the important question, right? I mean, what? It's actually going up. Alright, why is it going up? Because it's raining? Productivity. Nope. Doesn't say that. Very strange indeed. It's going up there a bit, a tiny bit at least. So we might get another canal out there. I might actually build us a couple more canals. And perhaps they just automatically fill up then over time. Might be something, right? At least we can get... Yep, actually there it's filling up a bit. Right? At least we can get us a couple of plantations out there, I think. Like one for now. And what is the most important thing? Tortilla is the most important thing. So that would be the corn plantation. My next one, basically. We should have it as close as possible to the fertile ground, right? And then I'm just going to place it here. And as we can see... Boy, that's not a lot that we can do here. Also, they need to be adjacent to that, right? So we're still waiting there for this to grow. As we can see, there's more coming up now, so I can have another row. And I've got no idea how many fields we can actually sustain with that. We'll just see. The further it goes up there, the better, of course. Okay, so obviously it states that with rain the water is filling up. I have no idea how quickly the water goes away then again once the monsoon is over. The monsoon is lasting for another 20 seconds, so basically we are coming close to the maximum capacity here, and that's not even half a field. So we will need quite a lot of these fields. And of course, to get the most out of it, we will probably need to have the field up here then. Right, now monsoon is ending. It's over. Summer season begins, and that's probably the maximum of what I was able to achieve, right, for this one. So in summer, let's go get the corn plantation, right, and this one has then the fields left and right, and this is barely full, right, so this is now one field, and that's the maximum that I can afford here. Let's build it. At least that is one corn plantation right out here, and with that, hopefully we can get something done here. I'm going to build another tortilla maker, right? So another one that we can just place here. Because boy, we need those tortillas. And with that, I will also need more goat farms. So another one that I can safely squeeze into this area. They also need a lot of fields. Right, and we can then get us another one most likely here. Very good. Oh, and the actor introduces himself. There's someone new. Edmund Vara. Collector of royal dues. Okay, so there it starts with the deliveries. And can we upgrade? Oh, we can only upgrade with the obreros. Alright. And this guy is definitely going to have some demands here.
Now, I am here to ensure that your work proceeds efficiently.
And I will also need this one here as my next plantation. Let's just check it out. So corn we have now a slight surplus. Potato is really nice though, surplus-wise. So I can get us another Schnapps distillery out then.
Have the first quota ready for my next visit.
He's coming back. Alright, so he's just introducing himself now. Oh, yes, okay, they really need to be within the Hacienda. Those ones. And there's no other Schnapps production that I could have. So in that case, we probably will need to have a smaller industry area just for the Schnapps somewhere. Or actually I'm going to have it here at the end of it. Right, so we can squeeze it in safely there. And then I'm going to have my distilleries right out there. And this is something we can build. It's actually rather cheap. That's good to see. This is the Schnapps now. And let's also just check my sugarcane. That's not going to work out. But at least the Schnapps is... Do we have any other recipe at the moment? No, it's only rum and Schnapps for now, right? And there they start working. So Schnapps is fine now, and tortilla should also be going up again safely. That means... Oh, wait a second. Deliver... Oh, we already need to deliver 25 tons of silver, right? So that's that. We have the silver ore mine. Let's build it. Let's start the silver mining. There you go. It will need 45 jornaleros. And with that, silver mining. Oh my goodness, in all its glory. And that seems like a really cool train going up here into the mountain. Beautiful details as always. And there's the silver coming out. That's what we're here for about after all. Getting that silver done. How fast is it producing? Every 2 minutes. We can easily make the count, right? We do need a second one because we would need 50 minutes to get the silver ore out of this one. I could try and boost it. This is possible. With that we can make something, right? We can get a bit more out of it and we can afford that still. We have enough happiness there. Also, Season of Trials, we get a first quest that I can't click on. Decide how to organize work beneath the blazing sun. A harsh sun blazes overhead. The workers sweat, the air shimmers, the ground burns underfoot. How should production be organized in these conditions? Work hard now, rest later. We get a 50% productivity boost for 30 minutes. Or rest now and work later. Nope, let's work hard now. With this one, we probably will be able to fulfill the delivery on time. And probably there's going to be some downside to that. That will come. If I have it right in mind from Eden's Burning. it's probably going to be harsh. We'll just see about that. For now, we should be getting this one here to 200% effectiveness. And this will be enough for my delivery, my first delivery. Also, I think it's affecting everything, right? So at the moment, yep. As we also can see here, rum is pretty up there. And I think we don't have enough goat meat. For the tortilla maker, we don't need the 50% here though. Right, let's reduce that. Because we have 2 of them already and they consume more than what we have anyway. This one needs an upgrade there. Just going to build us another warehouse for now. Otherwise, we are actively hurting our economy there. And potato is still going up, despite having now 2 breweries. So at least that's something. And this one is lacking... Is it actually going down now? I think the basin is now losing water again. Yep. So most likely we are losing more and more productivity off the corn plantation now. This is a really interesting mechanic, I gotta say that. So I guess by the end of summer, this one is down to 0 then. At some point. Really cool, actually. The only thing that stays stable is our lake. Right, so we can still have a couple more plantations here then. Ah, very good. And also the radius has been increased because we do have now a few more people living in here. And we can also say, for example, increase the rum to increase happiness. Yeah, I think that's a good thing here because we have a lot of rum coming in right now. A lot. Is it capped actually? No, it's not capped, but let's increase the rum happiness. And with this one, chance of illness is... Oh, chance of illness is also increased by 250%. Chance of riots is reduced and reduced needs for... basically, residents consume 50% less coffee, tortillas and fish stew, but they consume 100% more rum and 50% more schnapps. This is actually pretty good. I think this is going to be my favorite out of them. The only thing is the chance of illness is increased. Do we have a hospital already? We don't. So, as long as I don't have a hospital, I'm not going to activate this. What we can do is, though, I'm going to add a couple more honor levers now. Because we do have that additional production running at the moment. Right, so just to make sure here, we have 6 tons of silver ore right now, so we do need another 40 minutes if it's baseline production to reach the deadline, because we only need 20 more tons, right, or now 19 tons. That's around 40 to 38 minutes that we would need, but we're boosting this with 50% ourselves and 50% for the event, so we should be golden on that first delivery here for the rum. Can I have some paved roads? No, I can't, so speed up the delivery there. Other than that, yeah, it should work out. The math is right. That's golden for the first delivery, but of course there's going to be more deliveries. And here we can also have a look at the medals we can earn, so bronze, silver and gold. We get a special ship ornament, a permanent one, out of these rewards. Bronze and silver complete the final deliveries, complete all other deliveries, and gold would be everything plus extra 300 tons of silver. So I guess we could go ahead with the next silver ore mining already, because we have the workforce and we have the coin, and there you go. The next silver mine is running. Why should we wait on that, right? We have everything that we can go with. And we have the timber. So let's get the road over there. There's some more silver deposits here. And that means we can continue then also with some more silver mining in these areas there. Getting really sophisticated at that whole thing. So that's that, right? But the second one is working. That's a lot of silver coming in then. Perfect. We should really plan ahead there a bit. For the obreros, I'm definitely going to need the hot sauce still. Unfortunately, I don't find this production anywhere. So I think for now, it's not going to... Yeah, it's not available really. We could try and sail my ship a bit further away. To the other regions, and the linseed is the one for the ponchos, right? So we can now settle on the next island that I was planning already last time, and this time we can go ahead now and start our... Do we need to start a second? I think we do need to start a second, not a second hacienda, but a second village, right? That we can place here. So let's just try this one, and then I'm going to have my warehouse up here. Right, and then a couple more blocks here. This is working out nicely. Perfect. It's really just a small village that we're having here. And then probably a chapel in this area. Very good. And a couple more houses. And this one. And we could actually keep this tree here as an ornament. Actually a good idea. Let's keep the tree. There you go. Looking like a nice village. We do have some timber left. With that, we should also be planning ahead already my timber production on this island. So I'm going ahead with 2, most likely. Right, so 1 here and 1 here. And then 2 sawmills to supply them. That's looking good. Get them on the way. And then the marketplace plus the first Finalizing for this nameless village. It doesn't have a name, right? Age of Tradition. It is. These are just going to work for us for basically the linseed farm. Now, what we can see though here is there is no water source at all. There is a dried out river over there. But other than that, we will need to supply everything here with basins. For that, we do need timber and we need bricks. Also no bricks on this island. It's all about the timber that we produce ourselves and the bricks we get over from our main island. That's the important thing there. Now it's getting a name, right? Isla de Luto. That's this island. Very good. My beautiful ship is on its way again, doing its business. I wonder if we get this one here as a ornament there as well. So this one goes off now. We do still need more bricks. We have 200 jornaleros. I haven't built this one yet, but I think now is the right time to get the third one on the way. And let's do this. Right, there you go. Costing me a few timber, a bit of timber again. Other than that, this is cheap and should really just be working for us right away. That we get the bricks. We could build the third silver ore mine now, but I think we're going with 2 for now. And then it's all about this fields there, these fields there still that we need. So we could check, for example, what we need the most right now. So corn, of course, is really good. And it's going to stay like that for a while. So we can still get us another tortilla maker out, right? Schnapps and rum, despite having the additional consumption, are looking fantastic. Oh no, we don't have that. We don't have that policy right now. It's still looking fantastic. So they're still working. And potatoes would be out then, and sugarcane, right? So those two we would probably need to boost, or corn. It's good to have the fields, and with that we can go ahead and get us a few more jornaleros out there, I think. The Hacienda jornaleros that we need. So this one, and then let's get rid of this road there and those. Because instead, we're going to have more Hacienda jornaleros living here, beside that main road. Right, and there goes the main road around it, and we still have room for a nice, beautiful park or something like that. Whatever we can build up with ornaments. That I really will have to look at later, because right now I can't afford anything else. These guys can completely go away. We have a huge range now. A really huge range. That's good to see. For more of them. And I can also get rid of this marketplace. Seriously, we don't need that at all. Do it like that, and then we can have more. Let's have a block here, and these guys, yeah, actually keep a smaller part there for some ornaments then again, because I'm really excited about the ornaments there as well. I want to get something done, beauty building there as well a bit, while we have the time. I mean, you never really know if we have the time, right? The death clock could already be ticking down. Just build those guys. And be really careful about consumption overall for now. So let's also keep a bit of space available then to move buildings away if I need the space, right? Gotta say, I love these buildings. Especially also then in the first person mode. Walking around in our small village. And I guess the sun is always burning down in summer. Nevertheless. That's fine. How's it looking over there? Yep, we're still continuing to lose productivity. As we can see, more and more fields are drying down. Still 13 more minutes. My silver at 20 tons now. So the first 25 tons can be coming in soon. the delivery, and we're producing 2 per minute right now. So that's at least a good production. My ship has arrived with the goal to get another basin running them. And for that we need 15 tons of bricks for the first basin. I would build 2 though. I would like to build 2. So we need 30 tons of bricks. I still need to wait a bit there. But we can already get some timber. Very good. The bricks is in. Let's get the 30 tons of bricks. And let's get this one over to Isla de Luto. That's a really cool name. And we can already go ahead then with our first basin here. We have 40 people available. Does the basin cost me any workforce? It doesn't. And the only thing that I would like to have here then is the linseed farm, right? So that was why we're here actually in the first place. It has the linseed productivity, also the coffee fertility. So that is probably for the obreros then really important. And for the linseed farm, they need 10 farmers. And we could already get the full production going on in Ila, or we just deliver one of them over, right? So for example, only the linen mill, so the linen itself, or the linseed itself. How many fields do we need on that? Doesn't say. 144, so that's only 1 basin. I will only be able to get one production up for 2 ponchos per minute. We consume at the moment 2 per minute, so right, it's exactly how much we need. It's really important that we get the ponchos out, because that's the last good for the happiness. And the happier my people are, of course, the faster I can boost them, and also the less likely it is for them to go on strikes and stuff like that. We absolutely don't want that for now. We have the population. Let's actually continue with the next silver mine. I mean, why should I wait on that, right? A bit of more bricks, and then we start this one here up and running now too. Really important. Get as much silver ore as possible for my people. The quest is still running for 26 minutes. Now, where's my ship? There it is. And because we can, let's also have a fire station here. I don't have a fire station yet in my village itself. Very important, really, because we don't want to be surprised by the fire. We have one up there, now one here, and then I'm probably going to have another one down here. Right, so that we have a couple of these guys working just by the water. Beautiful location. Actually, I guess it's quite livable there. I mean, I can totally see myself here, you know, with a nice cool down house, and outside it's this warm. And you can just take a swim whenever you want. Bring some schnapps or some rum, or both of them at the same time. Why not? Wait a second. Sorry. There's no space anymore. We have produced so much timber on this island that we don't need anything else anymore. I can afford the bridge with that. Let's just do this, really. In a good location, though. Right here, I guess, because there's also that silver mine that we need, right? And then I can just unload more timber. And of course the basin will be empty for now, because there's no rain season. I will build 2 of these basins right away, so they fill up. And then we can use that for the irrigation that we need. Where is actually the water coming out, though? It's actually pretty hard to see. Where do we do that on that side? Because once you build it, it's where the tanks are. Alright, so there's the water coming out. And we should do the same thing here. Alright, so 1 on that side and 1 on that side. Right, I mean, we'll also build it here. They don't need to have a street connection, I guess. And then we have the irrigation going all the way down there, and it's probably never going to be that much, right? Like it is here. How many canals do we have? I think it was around 14 that were able to be irrigated. Yeah, up to a 20 actually was possible. So getting those 20 will be crucial. 1, 2. So there it is. That's the first one. And then we can just get this one on the other side as well. On this basin there. Right, so both of them should be then fill up during monsoon season. And we can have then at least 2 plantations here working. So I can have this warehouse there. And then the first linseed farm just here. And the second one here. And both of them will be then using the water that's coming out of these canals there, the 144 fields. Because as we know right now, we can only supply 1 farm really by 1 basin, making plantations really expensive overall. Just like this one there. At least the initial cost. What I can do though is, since we have the bricks, I could get the next 30 tons of bricks already from my main island, right? Because we have it. and start the next poncho production then. The problem though is will be with the coffee, right? This one doesn't have coffee, so we're really limited by the amount of stuff that we can really build here. So there will be coffee here and coffee here. Not that much more space than for my linseed farms, unfortunately, by the looks of it. So you know what? Let's not waste so much space there and have both of these plantations on that side. And one here, right? So this is that using that basin, and this is using that basin there. That should be working out, and this is then all just for the coffee, basically, that we can have on that side. Let's build the basins. They need to fill up after all, once the water season starts. Oh, I see. It's not going to be so easy. What? In order to build a basin on another island, we need to have a whole production circle going. So the initial cost plus 60 tons of... Oh, it's actually costing twice as much as I thought, plus the time. Alright. Then I will need another warehouse over here somewhere before we can finish it. So that is really just for the construction. So I will, it will still need more than one monsoon season there, unfortunately. Holy cow, they take forever. And it costs me the workforce too. I want to build both of them by the end of the next monsoon. Gee, that's going to be expensive. And what is it with the hot sauce? We can still not build that one really. Perhaps with the Hacienda? Also here not possible at the moment, at least. The quotas are not possible on the obreros quotas, so let's just build more jornaleros. Perhaps we unlock it down the road. Or perhaps I need to have a delivery going first before we can start with the hot sauce. Anyway, this is a huge blow. I thought we could have finished the basin by now. Instead, it's taking several phases, and we need to finish this one first before we can finish the basin. All right. Ship has just arrived, Hermes, to get the next resources in that we are going to need for our water basins, basically over here, so that we can go ahead and finish our first basins. Not before the monsoon starts, because they need then once we finished the delivery, right? They still need around 30 minutes of time before they can be used, right? And since the season lasts 30 minutes, so I think just by the end of monsoon season we will be able to finish the first one out of 2 of them here. Still, that's pretty harsh overall. So no ponchos after the next season yet, but we are getting there hopefully somehow. Now, meanwhile, also my jornaleros that we've built on this island, they would need tortillas for now, but I'm not giving it to them. 5 out of 10 jornaleros for one house is fine, right? Anything else would just need more logistics once more, and that's something I can't afford. Once we have more jornaleros here, I will still build the chapel though, so they are happy then. And that's really it for now, what we can do in this island. Now, for my first delivery, in 20 minutes we would need to do this. 25 tons of silver. At the moment we're sitting at comfortable 40 tons of silver. So we're totally fine for the first delivery. But of course we should not slack on that one. Because I'm pretty sure that they want silver bars, for example, next. That would be this one. So getting obreros would be my first, my utmost priority right now. We don't want to be caught with our pants down, basically, with the silver bars. Now, how can we do obreros, though? That would be the hot sauce. I still have no idea, really, how to get the hot sauce. There's also no building, really, that would provide me with that. And for the obrero. So I'm hoping that my first delivery will trigger some kind of event that unlocks this new production chain that we need. What we can do in the meantime, though, is continue planning ahead with, for example, a shipyard. It is here for a reason I'm sure of. Getting a ship out there would be probably good for the trade routes, right? So at some point there will be the need for trade routes, I'm sure of. And for that, I'm preparing it. For that, however, we do need the sails once more. We do have around, I think, 12 tons of sails at the moment for starters. Let's build this one real quick there. It's not really expensive. And we can get one schooner out with the resources that we have at the moment. So that seems pretty reasonable. Let's build the schooner. And for anything else, I would need them more linseed. and stuff like that. This is going to be really tight, right? So getting the linseed on this island here, plus the coffee, holy cow, I have no idea how we can manage to do this for now. Let's pause the sawmills so that I have the workforce at least working right now on the basin. And where's my ship? There it is. It's taking ages getting there. It's a big, majestic ship, but probably not the fastest one out there. Alright, on its way though. And yeah, what could we do actually for now? I think not that much. We have bricks, we have timber. I could continue boosting my population there a bit, but every boost leads to more consumption overall. And we are capped on rum at the moment. Nups is fine, tortillas is fine. I could build a couple more of them, to be honest. Right, as we can see, the radius is now really huge, so there's plenty of space. We could probably move those the timber production to some remote location over there. That's the first one. That would be the second lumberjack hut then, and then that would be the third lumberjack hut. Right, so they would be out here in no man's land with one of my warehouses, connecting them. And then there's really just the sawmills that we can place there. However, we definitely do need also some surplus logs for the rum, right? So I can't consume everything. That would be my production here. Let's build the warehouse. That's fine. And boom, we have more space here again. In this location, let's also move the warehouse. I think over here we can always use a warehouse. They're chronically full. And this fire station, let's have it in the harbor area for now. And there we have it, more space for more jornaleros. We can actually do a bit of beauty building there if I want to, right? So let's go ahead and, for example, have a block here that has where the hacienda or these jornaleros have their own entrance. And around that we can then build some palm trees or whatever. There you go. So they have their own entrances now. Let's just build this block there of more people that will be living here then. Meanwhile, my ship has arrived. There you go. Let's unload the bricks. And that's not all of it. Let's send the ship back home again. The schooner will be finished soon. And there's the monsoon season. It's a cold monsoon. Is there any difference here? The silver ore mines produce now less. Okay. The fishery produce less. The chance of illness is increased by 50%. I don't have a hospital yet. I'm excited. Cautiously excited what happens now with the illnesses popping up then eventually. Very good, there's my schooner. So we can get a couple more building resources over there faster. There would be more bricks and more timber again.
Stations. New orders.
There you go. Delivery, 15 more minutes. I think one thing though with the monsoon season lasting 20 minutes and this one here, this basin already almost complete again, I think actually that one basin can have more canals, right? And can sustain more of that. So we're going to use only one basin here. We can get rid of this one and get some resources back again. Or actually we move it over to the other side and use it for the coffee then later. I think that's a better option that we have, right? While this one here will be supplying then of course the plantations in this area. And what we could do is actually we should finish it first, right? Let's finish it first. And then I will build the canals here. So this whole thing will be one canal system then, supplying 2 plantations instead of 2 basins, because I think that's just really not necessary. I mean, we'll find it out anyway. But for now, that's going to be here. And this one's going to be here. And they kind of like also move to the other side there with their pipes. We can still turn them around then later. But I think that's a better bet right now. Alright, also my ship has arrived. What we should be doing here soon is getting some silver on board so that it's not capping. I can't upgrade my warehouse for now, right? We do need the obreros there once again. First, to increase my storage. There is though... Oh, the depots. We can have depots. Perfect. Let's build 2 depots there. So that we increase our storage. Very important. In this nice, smaller harbor area that we have there. Alright, the next event, Seasons of River. Choose your approach to water management. As the rains arrive once more, the exiles ponder whether their approach to water management could be improved. Expand the basins, affects basins, irrigation capacity is increased by 10, or narrow the canals. Alright, so capacity is reduced, but also the maintenance cost. No, maintenance cost is really not our problem. We could also use workers to deliver water containers to the farms. All agricultural buildings. Is this a permanent one? Or is it affects all silver production buildings by 25% reduction? That's not good. Let's expand the basins. Right, so they have a bit more capacity now. And we can see that on this one. And holy cow, yes, this is like big, right? So for that, I will need to move my plantations. I'm just going to basically move it all the way down there. And we're just going to have then this canal going all the way down. And the cool thing is here now, I can once again have also more irrigation capacity in this area, right? So we can build up a whole second row from here, I guess. Yep. To the lower side there, right? And this makes it possible to have ultimately a second type of production then running. And we can just have this road going all the way then to this warehouse there so that it has its connection. Right, it's still filling up. We should probably get rid of it for now because we want to use the water here. Right, it's on that side. Very good. There it is. The capacity will be at 32 now. Very nice. We already use all the fields available for this one. So I could, for example, get rid of the fields here now. Some of them at least. Oopsie. And get them on the other side. Here. Perfect. There we have that, and more room on that side. I like that. I like that system a lot. Of course, the longer it rains, the higher the capacity. But of course, it's also going down again at some point, eventually. Still, that's a nice boost here. And with that, we don't need to build so many basins after all.
Aye.
Let's unload the resources that we've received, and the schooner can go back home right away. While here, we can also get the next resources over to that island, because we still need more bricks, I'm pretty sure of. How's it coming along? Almost complete. Halfway through for the production. And then we can start with that next production over here. I like that a lot. The same thing we can then do here for the basin for this one. I mean, I guess we can build the basin in a central location, and once finished we can move them around to the proper final destination for the canals then to work. They don't need a road connection anyway, once they've been built. Like this one. I don't think you need a road connection, do you? For the basin to work? Nope, they still work fine. So they don't need a road connection. They just work like that. Perfect. Also, on that smaller island, we are going to build more jornaleros now. And we can build the chapel. That will boost the happiness quite a bit, I'm pretty sure of. So content population we have. Right, getting their chapel. Oh, actually, they don't need that yet. That's fine. But we have the workforce now to reopen our timber production on this island. And this village here is growing now, well, splendidly. There's the resources coming in. The schooner is really quick, so I like that a lot about it. And we got lots of silver. 6 more minutes for our first delivery. And those silver miners. Do we need the 50% increase? Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it. They're happy anyway. And we do need everything that we can get our hands on. Perfect. Another thing, of course, in monsoon season, all my plantations in general just produce 50% less. So we should be seeing that somewhere here. Productivity reduction. Actually, I don't see that anywhere in the monsoon season. The penalty, but all of my farms are producing 40%, 50% less. So these guys here. That's because of what, really? Rest now. Oh, it was because of the event that we had. Righto. So it's 50% reduced production for now. Because we worked harder the first time and now we're working less. That's still fine, right? So there's still They're still doing a good job there overall. Let's get the next plantation. I think 2 more plantations we can afford here. These guys. The potato farms and the other one. And let's just check what we need more. I think the corn. Yep, corn is definitely something that's always down. The corn might be for this one. Crop selection, corn. Well, let's just get us a good location out of that. Very nice. So we can still have this whole row here filled up with it. And then we built this one too. They're really cheap anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter if they overproduce for now. We have the coin. We have the workforce. There you go. And that's really the end of it for these plantations there. Now we're using all of that lake. And as I also can see here, this basin is now full with water. And we could continue with the canal system all the way down here. And probably just have then 2 more plantations. Yep, absolutely 2 plantations can be worked on this one here in addition. And that will be forever the case now. So whenever there is the monsoon season starting again, we can just continue there with this one. For now, I really don't think that I need that. There's more bricks coming in. We're now completely full. Very good. This basin is full or almost completed now. Right, so 15 more seconds. There you go. And we have finished the next basin. There it is in all its glory. I'm just going to move now my warehouse to the other side. We save the timber and start the construction of my next basin, right? It does require 30 tons of bricks and 60 tons of timber once more. And that we have. Meanwhile, I can now finally start this one. I just need to turn it around. That doesn't even cost me anything. There you go. And then start with the canal system here. At the moment we do have, up to 20 capacity. So I guess this one could be worked on right now. And I could then still go a bit down there as well. But of course it's not going to be full for now. We are also at the end of the season. But still, a bit of it is possible. Actually remove them for now. So that we properly boost this area. Alright, so this one goes all the way now full. And we can actually build that linseed farm now. Guess we need to move it down there a bit. And then we could start here with the linseed. Though linseed, what I can see, holy cow, that's a lot of fields we need for this. Right, so that's one farm. And I can definitely squeeze in a second farm then here. But that's at the end of it then. Right, so up to this point there. This one is working now. Let's connect it.
Here, as promised, Vasco.
And he has also arrived.
The king often comments on my
I need to deliver it to his ship. Where is his ship though? Oh, it's down there. But he's coming, as it seems, by the look of it. And he is in a hurry. He wants to get away from here before the summer starts, I guess. Because it's really, really freaking hot in the summer season on this island. Alright, that's the first one though. We need a warehouse close by. There you go. And then finish the canal going all the way up there. And then we can have the second linseed farm. Since there's a bit of room here, we could use that room for the mill, right? So we do need one mill only for those two. And this one makes it connection then to the mill. And yes, we can make the first delivery. There you go. Be happy with that. You have successfully met the first quota within the deadline. Do you simply fulfill the quota or will you attempt to negotiate with the actuary? Let's just... We could bribe him for 50k. For 50k. I don't think so. Just fulfill the quota. Or your next quota is slightly higher. We receive a new ship. We already have ships, so let's just fulfill the quota with no effect. Next one, and as expected, we do need silver bars this time. Alright, so please tell me, how can I get the obreros now?
What do you expect?
I never knew you'd be so suited to working down the mines, Vasco. I think I'll increase your next quota.
He departs. Do we get something, please? Anything to make the hot sauce? There's also no recipe here.
No fields, no work.
Okay, so actually I don't think there's hot sauce yet. So what we need to do is we need to get normal obreros quickly and push them to normal jornaleros and push them to obreros, because I think that is possible. Alright, so let's just go ahead and have a marketplace here, or we don't need that warehouse there anymore. Let's put it over there together with the breweries.
Stand aside, boss. Don't get dirt on your fancy shoes.
Right, and have it here. This one will then get us the obreros in that area. There we can have another chapel. And then I'm just going to place them here. And hope for the best, simply. Let's make a block here with their own entrances. And it's summer now. There you go. These guys. And here. And then also probably here at the end of it. That's fine. And we can build them all at once. And they should be having all of their needs being fulfilled right away. So I think that's how you go about it. I didn't think actually that we need the normal ones anymore, since the Hacienda is such a big feature. I thought we could just work with it. But I think we still need to work with the old system there too. And as we can see, these jornaleros have the tortillas and the rum now, so they have everything and we can upgrade them. I think you cannot actually upgrade the jornaleros here in the Hacienda, because there's no upgrade button. Here with the normal ones, you have the upgrade button at least, right? That's very strange. No idea. We'll just figure it out. So they have those resources now. We should also be having lots of them in. Actually, we don't. But rum and tortilla is in. And I hope that the penalty is over now soon. Right? So it's still for 13 minutes. That's the corn and the goat. The corn is in. The goat is in as well. So tortilla-wise, we should be golden, really. There we still have the 50%. Let's boost them by 50%. The tortilla makers, so that they produce normally again. That's that. Alright, I think that's it. I hope we haven't lost too much time there yet. I do have enough silver ore in though, right? So 40 tons even after the delivery. And this will make it possible for the silver bar production. Now silver bars probably need coal. I don't see coal yet though. We'll just see. It's a smith after all, and smiths need coal. Last time I checked anyway. But that's that. I just need a couple of them here, right? We don't need to have a full village of jornaleros now. Just a couple of them so we unlock the obreros, because that's the goal here. Well, there's a couple more. No, not too many though, because of course it's consumption again. Just these guys. Build them. And let's just wait on them. They need to move in, of course, which is taking time again. And they want the chapel, of course. Build them a chapel here as well, right in front of the marketplace. So that they're happy. I hope really that time-wise it's still working out. I mean, the game really doesn't tell you, right? And I didn't think that it is necessary to build the old ones, because we have this shiny new system, but it seems to be not entirely its own system. Very strange. Alright, the basin here still is halfway through. And this one here still needs the fields. Build them. It's summer now, so we already can see that the fertility is going down, right? And this linseed farm will probably not be workable anymore. Let's just try. Here. There's a couple of them. Then probably here. Just trying to build it while we still can, because it's going down already. That's a couple of fields there as well. For the linseed, right? So just for now. And I'm going to move this one then again. So we can have the mill working. At least that's working and until the thing here runs out of water completely. Season of Retribution. The exiles have assembled for ritual airing of grievances. An unruly, cathartic release of tension. Let them... What? Why? Why do they grieve? They are happy. Prohibit the practice. Productivity is reduced, happiness is reduced, chance of riots is reduced by 100%. Enthusiastically join yourself. Impact of working conditions negative 50%, chance of riots negative 50%. Sympathetic leader. Alright. Impressed by your sympathy with their frustrations, the workers are willing to work harder. Lasts until the next summer. And what is the downside, please? We'll just see. There is definitely going to be a downside again.
Man can hardly be expected to keep it all bottled up inside, eh?
Right, it doesn't do anything else for now. So, you know, we just get the negative 50. Come on, move in. They really should move in quickly. 8 of 10. 9 of 10, 10 of 10. There's the first ones. We can upgrade. Obreros. There you go.
New milestone.
Hooray. Age of Independence has started. These people are in. And this should somehow unlock now something. The fish stew is in, as we can see. And for the... I need 300 for the silver bars. So I do need a couple more of the Obreros. We do need to make a bigger village after all. Can't avoid it. Can't say I'm really all too happy about having to use the old ones there as well. I thought it's not necessary. Let's build them. And let's just upgrade the hell out of them. I need to unlock the silver bars. Holy cow, 36 more minutes for 35 tons. Even if it's producing at a rate of 1 per minute, we need at least 2 already of the silver bars. The silversmiths. There's the coffee now coming up as well. The big harbor has the pier. The fuel station would be in, and the fish stew, as it is the next production then. But even then, it's not producing the hot sauce. There's the Obrera quotas now. There it is. Alright, and it seems like I can't upgrade them. I need to get rid of them, by the looks of it. We get some resources back after all. Right, let's get rid of them. And just build the Obreros over that. This is also something that is very strange. I'm sorry, but... What? Let's just build them. It's a bit of timber coming in with this. Alright. But why? Why not let me just upgrade them?
We could be better.
Incredible strange. Right, they move in now. Hopefully as many as possible. We do like the timber for now. I should probably get timber over from the other island. But as it seems for now, we wait. Beautiful buildings, by the way, no doubt. So in the graphics department, the game always shines, really. Fantastic. I just wait now for the silver bars to come in. So that also my timber production, which is kind of like crippled at the moment. In the last episode, we finally managed to get the first Obreros into town. Not in the best kind of weather, right? But there they are. And if you're wondering how this one looks a bit different, yes it is, because I had to reload. We are just going to fiddle around there a bit. There's some very strange things in this game that I don't fully understand. So for example, we cannot upgrade the Honaleros, so we do need to get rid of these buildings here manually and then build an Obrero on top of that. Right, I cannot just upgrade them, even though they have the same size, so technically it would have been possible, but for some reasons it's not possible, at least not in this save file. I don't know if it's actually possible at all. Now, what we also have is we're still a bit before the first delivery that I finished in the last episode, and that is because the second delivery is so huge that I would never have gotten it. We need to readjust there a bit. I need to get my Obreros more quickly, right? So quicker than the first delivery actually finishes. This is something that I think Frostpunk does a better job at, ramping up the difficulty and not to impossible tasks right away. You'll just see what the second task is actually. The first one, we are waiting literally 20 minutes because it's taking so long, right? 25 tons of silver is extremely easy. So, right, we are at 60 tons almost. And the next delivery will just blow your mind with how steep it goes up. There's no comparison to that. I was really surprised, and I tried a couple of times, and I thought the best option is just going to be to reload my latest save file then, where we are before the first delivery, so I can react a bit, and you'll just see. Now, the riots are still being fought, as we can see, so that is new. I haven't had riots yet before, I think, on this scenario. And it is impairing our production there quite a bit, especially my timber. We do have a bit of timber in again, so I would like to get rid of these guys there, getting a bit of money and timber back, and then we're just going to build some Obreros on top of that. Right, so those, and these are beautiful buildings, the big ones at least, right? But of course, because it's raining, you can't see it so nicely there. A bit of timber more coming in. We have a negative content or a negative happiness there right now for my people That is two things. First of all, the chapel is not working at the moment, so that's out of service. That of course directly leads to something. And then we have the ponchos. Now, if you remember, I made that promise to work harder now and rest later. Well, we're in the rest later phase at the moment. That means that my productivity for all my buildings is down by 50% for another 18 minutes. And that also affects my farms, my basic production, and that means that my goods are tanking at the moment. I'm countering that by increasing the workload, right? So basically we have 50% on all the vital products there, except corn. Corn is fine. And with that, what I can basically do, I can compensate it a bit, but only a tiny bit. There's the schnapps. We need to rebuild this. And what I will do is I will basically get us another schnapps facility over there, so that this one comes in. Ponchos is completely down, right? I think for ponchos it's -4. That's insane, right? So we have a few goatees there for the ponchos, and we do need to readjust. Also in my Isla de Luto, we are just barely now finishing that basin there. So let's finish it. There you go. It is still raining for 1.5 minutes, so it can fill up there a bit. And also, by the way, yeah, our first delivery can be fulfilled now. I'm going to wait the 3 minutes though, right? Because every minute counts, and the second delivery only starts once this one is over. So we can use that to really get going. And how should we going? Well, let me show you what we need. That is the next production chain. It's this much. And it's a lot of stuff that we need to add into this game just to get it. And look at that. We have this cyanide leacher. That is new. And it is producing only every 4 minutes. Which is crazy. It's extremely slow and takes a lot of space. It does require saltpeter, which is being used in the ammonia plant. And one of them can actually support 4 of the cyanide leachers. So I'm going ahead here and I'm going to have 1 saltpeter work. And let's have this one, right here in my main harbor area, where we already have the shipyard. I think money isn't really a problem here, so I could move the shipyard and get this one a bit closer there, right, so that this one works. That would be the first one, of course, only producing 50% less, so at 50% rate. I'm going to add the next silver ore, not yet. We have enough silver ore, so I can use that for the ammonium plant now, which has a surrounding area. A bit strange there. Let's build it. There's the timber. It gets the saltpeter now, and the saltpeter works. One can actually provide 2 ammonia plants, so it's actually almost equal now, right? We can have 2, and it will still work. Actually, we can only support 1 for now. We only need 1 anyway. This one has then the cyanide leacher, and we are already down on timber. It's so much timber, 20 tons, 35 tons, 30 tons of timber, and we are at 0. Shouldn't really be there so long anymore though. We're already boosting all the timber there by 50% as well. And I'm probably going to have to do it for the wood too. That means my honorarios are at 0 now. At least the chapel is working. Just to get a bit of timber in. 2 more minutes. The next one would be the charcoal kiln, right? I do need, let's just check this one out. I do need 4 to support 1. I think 2 will be fine for now though, because we only need half of it really. We don't even need half of that. Actually, one of them can support, like 8 silver smelters, right? So we can take half of that. So 2 charcoal kilns should be perfectly fine. These are some very interesting new production chains there that I haven't seen yet. So we're just going to get this one here and this one here, right? So that's both 100%. And in the center of it, we're going to have then these factories, the coal coking furnace. So that would be number 1. Actually, let's get rid of that. And have number 1 and number 2 just behind that. Summer is starting too. That means I think productivity should be going up again, at least for my normal production. And the lumberjack huts produce 15% more. And this one makes the connection here. Let's just have a look at that again, right? Oh, they're really slow though, right? So I think, oh, actually only 1 we need, right? This one. That goes to both of them. Make it like so. That's faster. Of course, they need time again also to build up their production, planting process. Lucky they don't need any water or something like that, so they can just really work in that area. That should be fine. And they are also very forgiving, right? So one of them, and we can actually have 100% really easy. Move this perhaps a bit further. Look at that. Even here it would work at 100%. Yeah, let's have it here. That's closer. It's just better. Right, and this one then too. and we keep this area available there. Now 1 more minute we have. Let's just have a look. We have this one now rolling. For the saltpeter works I have the ammonia plant now working. The silver we have, and then I need the cyanide leacher. These are really tricky. Let's build one here by the beach, and they need 8 oxidation pools, which is a lot. And you can't build them on the water, right? Is probably the most interesting thing. You actually need them here. You need to build them here, and that's not even all. They also need to have a connection to the warehouse, so they can't be like the pools themselves need to have a connection to the warehouse, right? So you can't just place them anywhere. They need to have a dedicated location. Let's place the first ones here. They have their connection then, and then I can do the same thing here. Hopefully that's going to work. Perfect, there you go. So that's 8, right? 8 it supports, and we could have a second one then here later, but one should be golden. 45 seconds. Timber. This one we don't need yet right away. This one still needs the dung. And the dung, where do we get the dung? Right, 17 seconds. Let's actually turn it in and finish our first delivery with that. There you go. And you have successfully met the first quota within the deadline. Do you simply fulfill the quota, or will you attempt to negotiate with the actuary, bribe him? That's for the 50k again, so we already had this, and just fulfill it for now. The next one should definitely not be higher. So we have now 45 minutes for getting 35 tons of that silver. Okay, so how do we produce dung? That actually the game absolutely also doesn't tell you, and that would be you need to get the ammonia plant close to the animal farms, right? It doesn't state that here at all, so I was searching now for the dung farm, the dung production, which should have been here, I guess. It's not. So only when you move this one, the ammonia plant, to animal farms, do they automatically start producing dung, like every second good I think they produce. Very strange indeed. So they should definitely have added a tooltip there or something like that. And it just doesn't tell you that. I'm probably going to need then 2 here. Let's just hope that we have enough dung production out of these 4. I could then add more of animal farms, of course, to this area then. Who knows about that really. We'll just wait it out, right? So that would be the first one. So this one is hopefully starting now, and that would then be able to support the cyanide leacher. We have 78 tons of timber, so I can go ahead with the other thing that we need, which would be this production line here. So that is the coal coking furnace that makes then what out of it? Coke. That is right. So coke we make out of that. We are still in the planting process. We have still 42 minutes. So the goal here is to get 2 silver smelters by the time we are at 20 minutes. And only then can we manage to do this. Because they produce every 2 minutes. If I want to have them double that, of course I do need 2. And that would then lead to the 35 tons of silver bars that we need if I boost it also with my... basically with my... work boost there. So impact and chance of rise, sympathetic leader we are once again. I think I've already activated that at some point. They like me a bit more now because of that, right? Another thing that I should probably do is add a couple more normal honor levels to this area so that we get the workforce in. Just absolutely required there at this point. And let's also get us a few more obreros, right? And by the way, how long does this penalty still last me? Another 10 minutes. It's insane, really. So we're going down to 30 minutes then on this counter. I don't have the bricks now, right? We do need 55 tons of bricks for this side. Needs a leacher there. And I think not all of them are working at the moment. And even then, only at 50%. So once again, I need to check this one out. Nope, you and you also 50%. I know the Honoreros will not like that so much. We are at +1 only now, but it's still fine. At least they're producing at 100%. My ammonia plant though is working, right? So that has started up its production of the cyanide that we need. And the coke should also be running then already anytime now. So once they finished their planting process, which takes ages. While this one is going, there's not that much else that I could do. Let's build the warehouse there for now. This one is for the mine. And I think let's get rid of them because I don't need to build so many at once, of course. 4 would be probably pretty fine already. So that would be every 8 minutes, I guess, or is every one of them producing every 4 minutes? Also, that is something I'm not quite sure of at this moment. So I guess we're just going to figure it out. Building this one now, right? Doesn't do that much. And now we can add them then one by one but at the moment it's not working. Alright. Another explosion over there. So this seems a bit scripted that it happens now after the delivery, I guess. But okay, we can do this. We have fire stations and police stations everywhere in this area. That's working out. That's working out. And yeah, we can actually focus a tiny bit on my other village where we have the timber basically rolling in. I could use this timber. The main island, after all, we do have some ships available. Those 50 tons for building up a bit more workforce. Do we have bricks? Yeah, we have bricks on the island, but I don't want to waste them. Oh, that's tricky. And how's the basin? The basin would be now ready for action. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. This one we can move up to this area. And here we can now make one basin working for both farms, right? So once the next monsoon season starts, then we can make this one work. That would be here. They always like to turn around. Please, stay like that. There you go. And we got this one all the way up here. And this one goes through, nope, through here. And then we got another one most likely over there, right? So we can have like 2 farms then going over there if I need to. Also, let's get us a few more jornaleros in this town. We're going to need the workforce. There you go. At least that's working out. We are at 38 minutes. How's it looking there? The bricks are still not rolling in so quickly. I would love to start my first one. There it is, oxidation pool. Actually, it's built all 4 of them. That's fine. Alright, okay, each one of them gets now their resources. And I think each one of them produces every 4 minutes. Right? If that is true, then it's not that bad when it comes to production time. Though I have no idea at this point. Base production is still reduced. How long? 6 more minutes. And they're also getting now the coke. Oh, the cyanide and the silver ore. Silver ore we have plenty of. But the cyanide, of course,
left ruins behind.
could boost this. That's the obreros. We haven't boosted the obreros in anything yet. So I could easily do that for these ones. Oh, saltpeter. Let's not do this. The penalty is really high. Instead, let's build a second saltpeter work. For the bricks. And then we can just add the shipyard right next to that. So that we have a rather complete looking harbor area once more. It's also time to get us the second cyanide production up and running. That's here. The cool thing is we do have a dung surplus of +1. So anyway, that sounds great to me, because I only need 2 for now, right, in order to support my production chain that we need for 3 to 4 silver smelters then on time. We could try to reach it before 20 minutes, so I think 3 silver smiths will be fine, though I am already scared of the silver coins. So whatever is coming up there, we'll just see. We can use the remaining timber that we have for a couple more productions. The penalty should really be gone now anytime, right? So 2 more minutes, perfect. That really is hurting us a lot right now. It was very helpful, but in hindsight, we should have not used it, I guess, because the first step is so easy compared to the second step, the second delivery, that we could have very well used this boost right now to make things so much easier. But well, that's how it goes. You need to learn by playing. Let's add a couple more of these guys here. We're going to need them. And we could build them right away, and I think we're doing that, because you can never have enough of these for the overproduction. Also, we need it for the cyanide, of course, to consume. So there's 2 of them now. I think we are boosting that. Yep. Right, so Peter is coming in anyway. And now I just basically need to wait here. And in Isla de Luto, I could continue then. We don't need any more workforce, but I can have my fields here now, and that would be the linseed for my ponchos. And I can also prepare my next production chain then right away, which would be the fish stew. For that we need the spice and fishes, right? So this one here and fish. Both of them we can have in Deserto de Prato. So both of them we can have here. For the coffee though, that is in Isla de Luto. So I will need coffee for sure. Definitely will need that. So we can already prepare this next step. That would be this basin here. Construction can resume. We do need a couple more bricks then for this one. Other than that, we should be golden. This one has a capacity of 43 right now. Of course, it's filling up to 160 actually, but we can't. You know, summer season is lasting there after all, so I think we will be just fine with these ones. And I guess if I plant them now like that here, it's 144 fields, so it's really quite a lot. There you go. And then I will have the second one that goes all the way here. Can make this one work. Down there. This one will have water up to this point there, so 4 tiles. And then it goes all the way around it, right? There we can actually make this work. That's 2 of them, perfect. And then I can have the same thing once we finish this one for the coffee. For that, however, I do need some more bricks and we don't have that. So, no can do.
I still have a few stories how it used to be better.
Alright, I'm so looking forward to that. Perfect. The penalty is over. So the production is going up again. I'm still going to leave this at 50% for now. We have a contempt population and we don't have really any rights or something like that. So let's just let that sink in again, all that additional production and boosting, so that people get happy there, right? And we, yeah, get the workforce back up how we need it. 29 more minutes. I think we are almost ready now. They are all working perfect. So there's a lot of these, whatever it is, silver amalgam coming in. So plus 1 ton already. And also the coke is in. Perfect. Right, so coke and silver or this, well, amalgam. And for that we have the silver smelter. 80 obreros it needs. And quite a lot of bricks there too. Let's have it, yeah, let's have it here. I guess my silver smelters will need quite a lot of them. Make it actually 6. Because they produce 0.5 every minute, right? So that's 1, 2, 3 silver bars per minute, up to a maximum of that for now. And I'm pretty sure, let's use this tiny space there for a fire station. This is always, you need those fire stations. And there's also my first. Silver smelter now, getting the resources. And with that, we start up the production. How very nice. Can we boost this? This is obreros. Oh, nah. I don't think so. Not by a long shot. I'm not doing that. We're just going to let it run now. I can't wait for this one here to fully work now. Getting its resources. There they are.
We need raw materials.
And there it is, starting its smelting process. Silver smelting has begun. The next big major milestone. We do need a couple of them now. Right, so that would be the major goal now in order to reach that, and I think we are good on time there. So we can then actually prepare and work ahead, because I'm very scared of a 3rd delivery, and I'll just, you know, work ahead there myself with producing and preparing more productions and production chains, because I think workforce is going to be a major problem then soon. So far so good. I hope you enjoyed this one, the next step, and now we're in deep trouble once again. We do need the silver bars for the king, and if I don't provide, well, then I might just go to the gallows myself. And in this case here, we have now the resources for the 2nd silver smelter. 2 of them starting to work now with the silver amalgam, and the coke is in already en masses. I mean, whatever you might call masses in this game. At least we have some storage there, and as we can see also, the first 5 tons of silver is already in. Though, yeah, we still have a long way to go there. 17 minutes and counting. And I think even then, we still have another 5 minutes or so to turn in the delivery. So at this point, we are producing, I guess the game tells us a wrong number there. 1 per minute. It should be, actually it is 1 per minute, right? But this one is not producing at the moment. This one is starting its production just now. Does it change anything? No, it does not. So it's really just at this +1. The monsoon has started. We are already boosting it by 25%, the silver smelters. I could go all the way up here to 50%, though that is a steep increase, right? Because I'm boosting so many other things already. And I just don't want to do anything else. We could reduce the leaching here. In that case, it doesn't really change a lot, right? And the ammonia plant working, let's also reduce this. Doesn't change anything at all. So, alright, we might actually just keep this at 50% for now. That's that. For these guys, I will definitely need also a police station. this is one of my most important production areas here now, so we definitely should keep this one safe there as well, just in case. Alright, how can we continue? Now, the penalty is over finally, so production has normalized. That means that finally tortillas is going up again, even though just cautiously. The same goes with rum and schnapps. Schnapps actually quite a lot, so. We have the... It's -1 right now, but it's actually going up by +2, I think it was, last time I checked. We have... potato is in fine. I might actually reduce now the schnapps distilleries here, their working conditions. Because it's a bit too high there, those 50%, right? I'd rather get a second or another distillery than boosting that any further. So we're going rid with the rum. And we're doing the same thing with the schnapps, right? So both of them just should work normally again. This pushes happiness. And this should, at least for the fire station, there is no button yet. But it should make it possible to boost it then, just in case. If we need that. We can also get rid of the additional log and timber production because we are full on timber, no longer needed. The bricks I will keep active, and that's it for the moment. And with that, let's just get us another brewery that we can have in this area, and let's get us another schnapps distillery just over there, already bordering my tiny town then. For my town, I do have a bit more space than up there, and by the way, that hacienda has a nice radius by now. So we can really add quite a few things to that. One thing that I would like to do is using one of the policies. I mean, for the schnapps, it's not working at full speed here right now. So we might check out why that is the case, because there's a right here, alright. And there's also a right that is getting solved right now. But sugarcane and logs especially, we have plenty of that. So I could use that policy. We'll wait for that, because... The happiness is fine. I do need a couple of bricks though. Let's make it 20 tons for Isla de Luto, because we still need to finish that second basin there, and that still needs around 10 tons of bricks, so 9 tons. And then we do need some timber and some bricks here for the coffee roaster. Nope, actually not for the coffee plantation only, because the coffee roaster requires obreros, and that we only have here. Right, so yeah, I do need still quite a lot of them. How can we get more? Fulfilling demands. So coffee would be one of my goals. Happiness wise, the boxing arena, but that costs me 25 tons of bricks again. We can't do that. And then we have the fish stew. That was actually one of my next choices. Let's just check. Consumption rates for fish stew is 1 per minute. This one produces 2 per minute, so 1 will be fine already. We just need 1 fishery really. And we need 2 hacienda spice farms. That once again has a problem. And this is where the basin comes in once more. We already have one of them. What? I think we just need to have one more canal here, right? And this is then for my spice farm. Season of sowing. The farmer sows his field and reaps the crops. A man sows favors and reaps goodwill. Enrich your residents' lives. With 25, we don't have the guns. Help out residents in need. Receive a stash of goods. Owe a favor in the future. Never a good idea. Let's help them out now, but I think there might be a demand. Forgotten obligations, overdue arrears, and uncollected debt. Alright. A jornalero will owe you a favor if you collect some of the debts people owe him. Find and collect your obligations. Right, I guess we need to get them on the ocean, is that right? They might be floating around here. Nah, I don't see that. Then it's in the village, I guess. And yes, there is actually something. So this is just something that costs us time that we can't use then on production and optimization. There is another one. Alright. Fortunately, we can really slow the game down. That we cannot pause it, but we can slow it down by a lot. So that we don't waste that much real time that we need. Oh, there's a lot here to collect. And one more. Probably up there somewhere. There it is. Perfect. That was the demand. Are you happy? I owe you, boss. Perfect. We got a favor for someone. We don't need to fulfill a favor. So that's at least something at least. We got 11 bars already. How very nice. 11 more minutes for the 35 tons. How's it looking with my... the silver amalgam is now going down. The coke is still looking fine. Though this one here is going down now. So, are we boosting it already? The oxidation pool. Do we need to boost the oxidation pool or the cyanide leacher? That's the interesting thing here. Because we can boost this ourselves too. Right? The pools by 50%. Alright, let's just do this and let's hope for the best. They require or consume silver. And of silver we are running out. So I do need another silver mine now. Just this one. We can build it. Costing me honoraries again. And as we can see, it's getting really tight there now with my resources. Holy cow, my workforce is dwindling at this point. But there's a bit more silver coming in. And then it probably will need something else. Cyanide we are still producing fine. Though, not for long anymore. This one just needs saltpeter though. It's easy. But it needs workforce once more. And let's boost it to 50%. Yeah. I'll need to... I can keep it like this for now, right? That boost. It's still fine. I would really like to get a third silver smelter out there though. Because it's monsoon season, the mines are working 50% less, so I need to boost them myself once more. We still have that happiness, but once again, those 50% come in very, very importantly, or they're needed. I just need to do it so the silver mine are working at 100%. Otherwise, we would be running out of silver now. Right, it's already down to 2. And that is needed for our production. Right, it's monsoon season, by the way. This one still needs a couple more bricks. There they are. Yeah, we have them. This one can actually also start working now. So let's build both of them. I mean, we have the timber after all. There's the canals. It still need to fill up there a bit. There you go. Taking a bit of time, but at least they start producing right away. And we have a population happiness here of 17. So once again, I think I could boost this one by 50% if I want to. And out of the linseed, we can now make the linen mill. So I can build one because we have 2 of them. I can build one. Let's just not waste so much space there. Get it over there. Right. And then I can build 1 poncho darner. And that's basically the end of it. Yeah, that would be 2 ponchos now per minute. And we do need, I think 1 it was. We need 4. Holy cow. That is not enough. If we boost it, we might get a bit more out of it. So the linen mill also by 50%. And that probably leads to having 3 ponchos possible now. Right? Or I just build a second poncho darner. Might be working too. Either way, tricky business there with the ponchos. At least it's a bit of happiness from time to time that comes in this way. And for that, we are going to need the coffee then here, right? So this is this row once we finish though the foundation there, which still takes time. Meanwhile, we got almost 25 tons of bricks. Oh, and we have lots of clay, by the way. I think we can reduce the amount of boosting here. It doesn't really do that much. Into 15%. Gives me some happiness back again. It's a lot of juggling around there, really. Right. And we got the 18 tons now. I should be able now anytime to build the next silver smelter. There it would be. Or I just boost the obrero. No. Let's rather build the next silver smelter, number 3. So those 3 are now fully working. And we probably will now need also a second cyanide leacher. Somewhere over here. There you go. That would be the second one. And for the cyanide, we still need though another saltpeter work, right? Otherwise this will not work. They are already working at 50%. My consumption rate is... it's still at +1. It's still okay. It's getting close there too. So how can we now get the obreros? I need my coffee. I really do need that. And we also need more bricks. Without that, I cannot get more obreros out there. Right, so I can still upgrade a couple of them here. So let's just do this and use the workforce. There we are at 92 obreros now. And I can just get us a few more of these out. I don't know though, I think they are just so much cheaper and easier to build than the Hacienda ones. Hacienda is incredible expensive. Also, not very efficient, I think, with the buildings. There you go, couple more. Should I build them all at once? It would be fine. Tortilla is the more important thing. We have a plus 200 tortillas right now. I think we can afford that. Build them. Going to be a lot of workforce now. Flooding in, it's still a plus 1, perfect. The rum is full, I think, or it's out of sugar cane. I don't think it's full. No, it's not full. But sugar cane is really low. That would be my plantations there. We have the space there. But that I need for spice. I do need a second basin though. I can't make this one work. We can still get the canals though over to this area. Right, so that we can have another plantation then here. And this one has been finished too. 6 minutes before the monsoon season ends. I can get this one now to the other side, like here. Doesn't need its own road connection or anything like that, right? And then we can just have our canal going basically all the way now down here. Right, we don't even need to be that careful about it. There's not going to be anything else. And I think we can have then those two coffee plantations right next to it. Number 1 would be here. I mean, it's really far away. We need 168 fields. So I could build it like so. But that's endless, right? Oh my goodness. That's just a lot of space. Alright, so that would be it, right? Let's move them a bit further down. And then I'm just going to copy this one to the other side. And that would be my coffee production, basically. Move this one close so we have the silver deposit there still as well. That's looking good. And there we at least produce now one coffee bean, 2 coffee beans per minute. At least that's something, I guess. That we can make the coffee out of it. And then we have our salami ring, right? So this one doesn't need anything else anymore, I think. Yep, it's working now. Also, my ponchos are working. So what we can do now finally is our first trade route. Hooray! Our first trade route from Isla de Luto to Deserto de Prata. And we're going to take here the ponchos. And we're going to take the coffee beans. Right, and the schooner should be fine for this job. Off you go.
We assist however we may.
In this rainy season that we have. Alright, all 3 silver workers are working. We have 23 tons. This is going to be very close here.
I miss my family.
Holy cow. Not do anything else though. Those 3 will just have to work. I don't think so. I think we'll fail at this one. And there's also not enough, just not enough bricks coming in. One of the other big problems. I can build 1 leeches for now, so that we have a second production now coming up of the silver amalgam. But holy cow, this is just so close everything here. I will, just to speed things up, just for a short period of time, boost this one to 50. So that we might make it on time, but I don't think so. Okay guys, this is going to get very, very close here. 2 minutes, 1.3 minutes. All of them are working though. Please just finish it on time. Summer has started. We need 2 more tons. Oh god. Please don't fail on me now in that very last second. There is 1 silver bar coming. Where's the other ones? It's taking too long. There they are. Shoot. Shoot it if this one fails now. Unload. For everything that is holy in your life. Unload, please. There it is. We've done it. The second delivery has been successfully met. Once again, do we bribe him? So we could use some of our money, but look at that. It's just way too much. Make it the next delivery sooner and receive cash, or just fulfill it. Let's just rather play it safe. The next one. 60 tons of silver bars and 10 tons of silver coins. For the silver coins, I do need a couple more obreros. that should be the easier target out of the two, right? So that is just an additional production. With the bit of bricks that we have, I would like to start up a second village now. So that island here, because it has clay on it, right? So with that we can have more bricks getting out of this one here. There would be also some oil. So I guess for the oil, I mean, that would be very important for my boosting here, the tractor barns that we have, right? I do have the dung, I think, so we could use that most likely. I would like to do that. I would like to try it out just to see how it goes with tractor barns, essentially, right? So we do have this one there, this Hacienda, and it can have then one tractor barn here. So I guess the other ones can also have it here. We will need a warehouse for these tractors. And then I'm just going ahead here with the sugarcane, for example. Ah, of course, those bricks again. Let's build one. There you go. And this one needs... alright. It needs fuel, so no dung. I was hoping for dung. Unfortunately, that is not possible. But I think we can use the dung for something, right? What is it good for anyway, other than the single production that we have? I don't think for anything else. Would have been awesome to use that. Season of sun glare. The river bed grows dry under the glaring sun. The exiles believe they must make a sacrifice of water. Embrace the sunlight. All silver production is increased. Embrace dehydration. All silver production is increased and embrace danger. Maintenance cost is reduced. Let's embrace the sunlight. Sounds like the safest bet. Just for a bit of water, I mean, after all, we should have plenty of that. Is there some rain coming down? I think there is rain coming down. Alright, we have some fertile area here that I would like to use for for my spice now. Right, so in order to increase my workforce there, that would be the hot sauce. Or let's rather use the fish stew for that. It's the Hacienda again, but we can have it here because that is still within its limits, right? I hope it doesn't require too many fields. 100, perfect. That would be one on that one. And let's move the warehouse a bit further over there. And I could actually get a second one here if I want to. That would be perfect. Getting two of them. Because we need two of them. Right, there we have the second one. And then I just need a fishery. For that we can use once again... that one. Perfect. Because we can actually use this space here after all. For this one.
What about workshops?
That would be the fish, and with that we can now get the fish stew kitchen. This fortunately doesn't require anything else other than a single building that I can place here. And this one gets the spices now and the fish and produces the stew out of it. And enough so that we can boost our population a bit with it. Just a tiny bit really. Alright, I mean we still got the 40 minutes there now. So a couple more breros. That should be happening now thanks to having the fish stew coming in then soon. Right, so that would be that one. And for the coffee roaster, yep, we have the coffee beans now soon into. For that, I need a coffee roaster. That's 150 obreros, so I just hope that this is not too much. Right, so we can add that here. I'm going to pause it for now, though, that we don't waste any workforce on it. And we do have a couple too many jornaleros, so let's get rid of these blocks here. Instead, have 4 obrero blocks in that area, right? So that we get the workforce coming in again. And here we have the fire, so that's reducing the jornalero workforce for now. And for that, I will need a fire station that is close by. Or is it not? There would be one. There is the second one, alright. It's already working on the fires, so no need to do anything else. So far so good resources, because I think this spoils the fun. And yeah, of course, there's lots of stuff that we are doing wrong here. For example, because I don't know the deliveries, right? The next deliveries that are on my menu, I have no idea what's coming up. And in this case here, we do need these 10 tons of silver coins. And down here, we do lack 20 more obreros before we can go with that. So my goal is here, either we upgrade, or what I think is better, we are just going to add some more obreros to my settlement instead of Finalizers. So I'm just going to copy these guys over, and there we get more of them out. This one's actually a bit chaotic there. It's actually a nice looking, you know, harbor area there we have that. I like that a lot, how it looks. And also what I've done is over here, we will now settle on this island here. We can afford that, perfect. With a bit of timber and a bit of bricks. The cool thing about this island, and we need to hurry up there a bit because the clock is ticking, I'm sorry. And what the cool thing about this island is that it provides me additional clay, and we're just constantly out of clay. It's really insane, and I need more of that. Also, it has some silver ores on it and saltpeter or niter. In that case, also the oil fields, and that's a pretty cool thing. Of course, the game is trying to mess with my head here because the oil springs in this game here don't require steel or anything like that. They just require a fuel station with some obreros on board. So I do need to get a tiny obrero village up in Isla de Vazio, as it's called, right? And out of that, we're going to make some fuel to boost our farms because I think this is going to be pretty important. Let's have a warehouse out here where we also will have the clay deposit them and the clay production. And I'm going ahead with probably, wait a second, one lumberjack out here and one here, right? And then some 2 sawmills over there. Why here? Because we do need a bit of space then for the brick factories there as well. Also, I don't want to, you know, reduce their effectiveness too much. So I'm going to have my brick factories then just comfortably on that side. And I think last time I checked, they only need jornaleros. That is really cool, right? So we can then have them here. This is... I was hoping that we could actually squeeze it in here. It should still be working though. Yes, very good. That is working. And these guys are doing the job then for us. On the other hand, over here, I'm going to have my next marketplace together with jornaleros for now. And they're going to be obreros at some point. I cannot squeeze in any more here because we got this rocky area that where I can't build anything on it. This is not looking so great. Let's have it over there. And then I'm also going ahead with a couple more here. Okay, it's only workable up to this point. And then I guess there is something here that lets it block it. Harbor area, most likely. I'm going to have a chapel then, as always. Happiness is important for these guys. And I think I can only have it like that. Actually, that is possible. I thought there was actually here the mountain now in between. That's possible, very good. And I guess we can still squeeze some more in here and here as well, right? And close to the harbor area. And let's just build as many of them as possible. So actually, all of them are very nice. Also the chapel we can squeeze in safely. And with that, our next island is working. Let's get Hermes back to the Cerro de Prata. We still need those obreros though, please. Why is no one moving in here? We do have tortillas, we do have the rum. Next up on my menu was the spice production, right? So the fish stew. We only need the kitchen for that. And this one needs some obreros though, I think, right? We can build it. Let's build it now. And that's going to provide me 2 fish stew per minute. We have a consumption of 3 already. So this, I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with the amount of stuff that we need. We are full on timber. So what I could do here is I could get rid of all my timber and log production for now. We should be pretty full on those things anyway. Yes. And that saves me some workforce there as well. So that's a bit of a micromanaging that we need to continue. Also down here, another goat farm area. They will provide me with a dung later on. Right now though, I need the goat for the additional tortilla production then, right? Because my tortilla tortilla makers, they have not enough goatees. And we have well, not even a surplus. Could I do it like that? Nah, not really. I will probably need another tortilla maker. And that's another 30 jornaleros that I will have to waste there once more to that kitchen, but it is necessary to make the connection there. And there's going to be a nice surprise here now as well, right? Silver coin has been unlocked. Perfect. So we can now start the silver coin production. And look at that. And this is something, to be honest, I mean, I'm nagging a bit perhaps too much, but this is game design that I don't like so much, because we do need the caoutchouc for the silver coins. It would be fine actually, we would have enough time to get the silver coins, but you name it, caoutchouc needs fertility. We don't have it on this island, we have it in Isla de Luto, fine, but we don't have any free basin. It is summer now, so we would need to wait 19 minutes for the next basin to fill up again. And this is something, I'm stuck here right now. I can't get the caoutchouc production up and running because we don't have a free basin. Now in that case, or because we're in the wrong season there too, I would need to waste down 19 minutes to wait for another basin to fill up. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to try boost this one to 50. Right, this one we can actually keep like that, and the ponchos as well at 0. And this one, unfortunately, I will have to get rid of that, because instead we're going to have the caoutchouc plantation here. And it's the only way how we can do this, because we get the caoutchouc here, and I need to get cracking on that. Another thing is the caoutchouc, of course, needs 144 fields, so that is the full area that we have here, right? There's no way of actually doing this any other way, because I'm basically full. I could get rid of this one too, and since delivery is so important, I might actually sacrifice my poncho production altogether for the caoutchouc. We don't have any poncho in any way, and ponchos are only providing some happiness to my obreros, right? Granted, they're not happy with that, but it's the only way to move forward here. I'm going to pause my linen mill and my poncho darner. Yep, and I'm going to also get rid of this and instead have a second caoutchouc plantation over there. And it's basically going to consume almost everything that we have there, right? So caoutchouc for all. Let's boost this by another 50%. And I'm also going to reroute my trade route to, instead of ponchos, take the caoutchouc to my main island. So that's the schooner that is doing the job there now. Coffee beans and caoutchouc, basically. It still was taking some poncho there with it, but wait a second, I should not have done this. Alright, perhaps I was a bit too late there with accepting it. A few coffee beans are going over, but that's the end of it, right? And then we have the caoutchouc on this one. Now, another thing for happiness to compensate, we can build the boxing arena. That is something we can do now. And one is actually fine to provide it for almost everyone. Now, let's just have the boxing arena right in front of my Hacienda. There's the entrance. So it's fine, and there is another entrance, right? So let's just have that here, and then we might squeeze in some ornaments then, if I need to, around the boxing arena. Anyway, this is, yeah, pushing them quite good, right? So from -17, I think, to -5 now. -6, -5, alright, it's fluctuating in there. That's okay, right? Fish stew is still not in, so I'm going to prohibit that for now. And how many silver bars do we have? 24. Right, so these are producing at a good rate at the moment, so the 60 is definitely manageable. Problem though is that the silver coins will consume some silver bars. I need 10 tons of that. They produce every 2 minutes, so 0.5 per minute. I do need 2 of them if I want to make it once I'm able to get at 20, right? So I need 1 per minute, so 20 it is. I need 2 of them. That's the deal for them. The caoutchouc is coming in. One caoutchouc plantation is providing 2 royal mints. I have 2 caoutchouc plantations, so we should be golden. However, it's taking a bit of time before the caoutchouc comes in, right? So it's only now starting its production. We have boosted it, that's fine. And also my ship needs time to get there. So we are wasting and losing time there as well. In Ilha de Vazio, we have now everything ready for my first brick production here. That's going to work out nicely. And I think we do have a couple more. Yep, this one there that I would like to use as well on it for the bricks, because we need so many of them. And like us, they only need the jornaleros. And for the fuel, it was the obreros, right? So we have then the... just see the fuel production up there, right? And... there it's workable, I guess. And then we can build the oil well on it. There is another oil well here that you can barely see actually, right? So there it is. And then where's the last one? There it is, right? So there we have the 3 of them. I don't know if this is a bug or not, anyway, there is no oil spring here, but there is, right? And the same goes with up here. So there we would have that. I just need the obreros, really. And for that, I would need some rum and tortillas. And oh my god, we are already completely out of that. Rum and tortillas. So I still don't know why the tortillas are not really going up. There's still the goatees missing. So I'm going to have another one. And are we already boosting them? We are. And productivity is even increased for them, so still. There you go. And one more here. And it's just really honorarious of them. We have plenty still, but I need to really have a stable income of tortillas there. It's absolutely insane that we still don't have that. Let's have this one as well. That's for the tortillas, and for the rum, of course, we have a whole different problem. That's the sugarcane. I still have a bit of space here, so I would like to use that space now for another sugarcane plantation. Yeah, 109 fields is workable on it. That's fine. It's not the maximum, but it's fine. And we can also boost this sugarcane plantation there by 50%. All right. Happiness-wise, I could get rid of the clay boosting here now, right? Getting some happiness back on track, because we have now the additional clay production and brick production on the other island. So I'm going ahead with that. The rest seems to be pretty well off for now. The sugarcane will hopefully work. This basin really has a lot of water there, and it's providing through the whole of summer. I'm positively surprised on this. Right, as those things are coming in. Now, fish is still missing. And for that, I need to build the fishery plus the road connection, so that the fish is flowing now too. Those oxidation pools are fine for now, right? So, I mean, we do have some silver amalgam in there, and I'm happy with how it goes. Caoutchouc should be in by now. Nope, it's not. It's still not in. But it's coming. The first 11 tons are coming, and that means that I could have now my royal mint production then, and we're also doing that over here, right, in this wasteland. Might say the second one in there. The only downside is that I don't have the workforce. So what is costing me a lot of workforce right now? The fish stew. Oh yeah, there's going to be more brewers now, of course, with the fish stew coming in then. That's something. And the rum still needs to go up there again and be stable. That's pretty important. And the fish stew then. So that's a couple of boosts. And I think by now, yep, coffee beans is also coming in. So coffee could be flowing too. However, coffee also needs 150 obreros. It produces every 30 seconds. We would have a surplus with that. Very good. So I'm going ahead with my coffee roaster. Let's not have this up here, but have it down here somewhere where I still have a bit of space. There you go. Right next to that. We could have 2 of them if I need to. That's for the coffee then. Right, so those 2 need to come in order to have the maximum amount of workforce for it. Let's build the first coffee roaster. And the coffee, let's also make this one unavailable for now. Right, so that's that, because I need to wait there a couple of seconds so we have a stable income. And what can I do instead? I could get the saltpeter, hopefully. This is tricky now. What should we pause to get the workforce in?
What can I do for you?
Over here, what do we have? We have, that's honorarios only. This is tricky. I don't have any obreros really. Ammonia plants. How high is ammonia there for now? It's at 17. Alright, let's pause them. This brings me now to some kind of productivity for that. Alright. Good. Ila de Vazio, meanwhile, the bricks are starting to flow. I will have now the second brick production over there as well. Right, so there's a lot of bricks now that will soon be available. I only will need a trade route, and that's Hermes most likely doing the job. Can I have a charter route? I can't. Alright, that would have been too easy, I guess, getting the charter route there. Let's also upgrade, I guess, this one here. It should not be... No warehouse should be completely overloaded with anything, really. That's what we can still do. And Kautschuk is in now, so we still have 6 more minutes, right? Before I need to build those 2. If I want to make this one work. 6 more minutes. We are going to fail this one. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that this is not going to work out. We are at 40 tons of the silver bar, so only 20 would be needed for that. And 10 tons of the silver coin. It is possible still, but it's going to be very close. Alright, rum is in now. The fish stew is in. Let's unlock the fish stew. So we are at 3 tons for that. That's fine. Right. And that should provide us a lot of our obrero workforce there in addition. Money, we don't really care at this point. It's only for the bribery, but it's for some reasons too high anyway, so I'm not going ahead with that. The fish stew is in, and the consumption is still, once again, too high. I will never understand this, because it was actually right in my calculation. 40. I could boost, most likely, the spice farms. I can boost them by 50%. That will afford me a second fish stew kitchen. Just... there is a problem. We are going to run out of fish stew again. We have too many obreros. The workforce though is really nice, the boost that comes out of that. Coffee, we're at 8 tons, so I'm also going to unlock coffee now. And coffee should really, there should be no doubt about that. Yes, it is at +1. So coffee at least is working and in for now. And I hope I don't have to build any more buildings really. It's driving me crazy. The consumption rates.
When we can thrive.
And by the way, rum should really be on a good term now though. Yep, sugarcane is in plenty. The rum distilleries are all working. I don't want to boost them though. I'm going to build another rum distillery. It is fine though, because the workforce is only jornaleros, right? So that's absolutely okay. I will probably have it here. Build this rum distillery too, so that at least rum and everything else around it is in plenty full volumes in my warehouse. And tortillas. You are driving me nuts as well. Though it is now in. Seems like the goat is not really in still yet. We do have though the raw materials, so that should be working out. Alright, the obreros are in. We can now build 2 of them. Let's do this. 2 of them have been built. Royal mints. They're starting their production now. Close. It is close. I will probably need to boost it by 50. Yeah, that's a lot though. Saltpeter. That's not doing a lot though. The silver amalgam. I need to boost it for a few minutes. I hope we're not getting too many riots. Yeah, riot chance is high. Alright. But the silver coins are working. And I hope that it lasts now. Oh, we have also unlocked more buildings. And that is the chewing gum and the hospital. Alright. Also, I should put my timber production back online. We are at negative 130. I don't think we need that many bricks at the moment, so I could pause this. There is a destroyed brick factory. Pause the brick production for now. What I could also do is I could have the clay pits paused and the brick factories working, because we have enough clay for the moment. Except for those 2 perhaps. Yeah, that should be working out.
All my hope and effort for this.
The rum is still at 0. Not working out. Why is the rum still at 0? Sugarcane. We have plenty of sugarcane in store. Produce something, please. There you go. Alright, we only need 10 tons of silver coin. So the silver coin should be flowing in now. There we got it. The first 2 are in. Perfect. I think for the silver coins, we will be golden. The silver coins will be fine. I think we could actually pull this one off, the 3rd delivery. Alright, I'm not going to slack down and wait for it just to happen. We can continue. In Isla de Vazio, I should continue. We have now enough timber here. The bricks are flowing. I could get the third one over here then up ready and working too. So let's just get us a road to this location. And by the way, oh, Monsoon has started. By the way, yep, I need another basin. Totally forgot about that. I'm going to build another basin. We're going to build it for now here, right? And I do need some bricks. And we have plenty of that. Let's just take all of it. And get this one over to Ilo de Luto. And then I'm going to, on my way back, I'm going to take the bricks from Ilo de Vazio to my Deserto de Prata. I love these names. They're absolutely fantastic overall. Very good. So the basins are filling up again. They're full share. That's good. What else is negative now though? Chance of fires is reduced. Productivity for the cyanide leacher is down by 100%. So these are not working for now. Even though they are. Alright, now they're not anymore, right? So we can put them on pause. That would give me a lot of workforce back. If I pause all of them. There is some in now, perfect. I hope, well, for the silver mines, they're also reduced by 100%? Since when? Since when is it 100%? Holy moly. Alright, boosting it though. Is it still producing something? Or is it really flat out zero now? I think it is flat out zero now. Nah, there is still something coming out. By boosting it, perfect. So by boosting it, they can still work. It seems to me. Because otherwise, it's a no-go, right? If this actually continues now to stay at zero, that's the end of it. There is no way I can put it off because the Monsoon is taking 16 minutes now. But I think they are still producing. I think there's still some there's still some silver coming in. Seasons of winds, high winds from the monsoons are roaring across the island. The people believe them to be angry howls of the mountain itself or the monstrous lord of its deepest cavern. Force them to work anyway. Permit time off. That's a negative. Make an offering of silver. No, I'm not doing that. We lose 50 silver bars. Who actually thought this is a good idea? Why would I do this? Force them to work. I mean, we get some riots there by 25%, but other than that, we are working, and that's the important thing. I will probably just increase my police force, which is cheap anyway. Right, so we have one here, and we probably will have a second one with my... actually, we have two over there already. I guess here we still need one. Perfect. Alright, bricks are in. So this can now start working. The basin. There you go. Everything we need, we have. And that's going to be fantastic. And in Ilo de Vazio, I'm going to take some bricks then and get it over to my main island. Could build this one by now, but I don't have the obreros, so no can do. Fuel will be very nice, of course, for boosting my factories. But I don't think there's a commute pier. Nope. So I will need to get them over there myself. Also the fishery. Reduced working. Yeah, we can boost it by 50% with no penalty whatsoever. Right, the silver mines are still working. I'm really glad for that. And we can build another one then, hopefully. 25 bricks, I will do that. Of course, we will still be out of it, right? Not quite. How many silver coins do I have? 10, 12. I have enough. We can actually pause the Royal Mint for now. And just get us the bars in. This is actually working out. We have everything for it. Only 6 more tons of silver bars are missing. And the silver coins is in. Perfect. Ah, this makes me happy. Third delivery is going to be successful. Better if you don't have an air-conditioned house, right? I certainly don't want to have that. And in that case here, the rain is doing well for us. Right now, we have a nice little reprieve, I should say, because at the moment, my production is looking rather good. The silver coins are coming in. We will be able to fulfill the third delivery, though I think for the fourth delivery, we're going to need way more silver coins. So once I have the 60 bars, I will probably put my Royal Mint online right away. Actually, we can do this right away. Right, let's have them produce. Even now, we don't need that many for now, but I'm pretty sure we need a lot of them. And silver bar is still at +1 per minute. So even then, we will be able to fulfill the third delivery. Though I think for the fourth delivery, we're going to need way more silver coins. So once I have the 60 bars, I will probably put my Royal Mint online right away. Actually, we can do this right away. Right, let's have them produce. Even now, we don't need that many for now, but I'm pretty sure we need a lot of them. And silver bar is still at +1 per minute. So even then, Even with the consumption, we will be able to reach those 60 tons. And they should be in now any second. And with that, the third delivery is manageable. Still takes about 8 minutes. And then we got another 5 minutes for the timer to continue. What we can focus on in the meantime is my goods, basically, because they're not looking so great at the moment. I would like to get some obreros on this island. I don't need to have a permanent tortilla rum production for that, but I need to have something to jumpstart it, right? So around 20 tons of each, I guess, for this one. It's really difficult though, because rum and tortilla is really rare. I do have some sugarcane in Isla de Luto, that would be possible. Though I need to wait for this basin here to finish. It should have everything in store. Very good. And we are getting another 30 tons of bricks now. Right, and also of the timber there. Over to Isla de Luto to build a second basin as well, simultaneously. They will probably not be able to be finished in this monsoon season, but with the next one I want to be ready for them. To have 2 more where we can have the plantations for the ponchos perhaps, but only perhaps, and most likely for, well, actually more caoutchouc, I guess, and more sugarcane. We also need that for the chewing gums, so for boosting my workforce there a tiny bit, that might be great to have that. The logs are going down at the moment. I will not activate all of my sawmills here, because we don't need that much. I will just have a few of them working, and the rest will just get the logs over, basically. And then there is the whole sugarcane thing. We do have some sugarcane in, so should be able to have all of them working. They lack something. Yep, here we definitely will need to upgrade that warehouse though, because it was a bit overloaded already. So that here things are working more smoothly, so that the sugarcane is flowing for the rum. I could decide to get rid of a rum for the Jornaleros though. Jornaleros are really cheap, and I think by disallowing it to them, we will still have enough Jornaleros. We'll just see. We could just build more. And I will... Yeah, look at that. It's a plus 10 for the rum. Holy cow. Is it really just because of the Jornaleros? It's a plus 6 now with activate. Okay, so I think we have a nice surplus now with the upgraded loading ramps. I guess I will need another warehouse though. I think they're way too full. Let's build another warehouse here. Right, so that should be, yeah, that should be working out. The corn, of course, is another problem entirely, but as long as the rum is enough in, it should be golden. And I could disallow them though the tortillas. So let's keep the rum and disallow the tortillas, because that is a bit harder to get. And with doing that, we have a surplus now, right? I do need that to get my obreros in Isla de Vazio to jumpstart my fuel production there as well. That's that. 8 more minutes. How is this one coming along? Yeah. Still 8 more minutes for this one here to finish. There is no rush here really. We have plenty of time for those guys. They will be only functional then with the next monsoon season. Right, am I boosting with coffee? I'm not. I should do that. Yeah, we have enough base happiness anyway to boost that. And I just need more coffee overall. I'm pretty sure of that. I certainly don't want to run out of my coffee here. Right, so coffee beans, yeah. That would be something. Oh my goodness. Also upgrade this one. Probably build another one here. It should not look like that. Oh, even though goat is now finally in big capacities. That's what I like to see. It's really just about the corn then that is making me worry there. Yeah, but we are already doing most of it here for the corn. Right, 3 more minutes. How's it looking there? Silver bars is fine. Silver coins is coming in a lot though. More than I thought. Right, I mean they're working at 200%. That I don't need anymore though. Right, so for now. That boost. But silver amalgam is out, so I'm pretty sure that the bar production will soon stop. And with that I should be careful, right? Because we are consuming silver bars right now. With the Royal Mint. So that I will just have to keep a close eye on. Very good. So, Monsoon, 6 more minutes. This one's trading fine. The other ship is coming in now. There you go. Another thing, we are completely full of schnapps, +3. I think we have too much schnapps production, so what I could do here is, and what I will do, one of my potato plantations, I'm going to change the crops of it for corn. With corn we get more tortillas, and we do lack them anyway at the moment. What else do we have here, by the way? Grain, spices, potatoes. Grain. Why do we need grain? No idea. I don't think we need grain for anything, really. Nope. Does not look to be the case. Oh, and tobacco. That is in Isla de Luto once more. Alright. The bricks are in. Let's build the next basin foundation. And also start its phase right away. So we have 2 basins now that are in construction for the next monsoon season then. They will be ready for that. And that ship here now, Hermes. Hermes is going to be on a new trade route. That's going from Ilha de Vazio to the Prata. And we're taking the bricks. And next up then, the fuel. So I think the fuel you can take by... It should be here somewhere then.
I do look forward to our little meetings, Vasco.
It should be here. I hope I don't need a own specialized ship for that. Might be bad. For fuel, there it is. And that's the bricks now. Perfect. The actuary has arrived. We have everything for him. You're nothing but a parasite, we call him. We tell him. And he's enraged. He's seriously furious, but who cares? He gets his delivery there. Alright, they stopped working now, so let's have the royal mints also stop. Because I don't want to drop below the 60 tons there. Where is he anyway? I don't see him. There he is. He's still on his way to us. Alright. Oh, and I hope his ship is not going down. Or do we hope so? I guess. It's really bad weather out there. Alright. Yeah, we could turn it in now. I'm still waiting those 3 minutes. Every minute counts. I'm just going to wait it out. Holy cow. Bad weather. I hope there's no big fire or destruction. Very good. The basins are working. Do they still need 90 honoreros after working? They don't. Oh, and by the way, they have a huge capacity, so we could basically at least have this whole row here also working. That's not really good, though. I mean, with the summer season, it's going to dry up again anyway, right? It's full for now, so that's the great thing. And this one is really high there, too. Alright, I wonder how big they could get. I guess we could move the police station over there. Get rid of this road there. And have the canal going all the way to that side. To get us another plantation over there at least. Right? That could work out. Yep, totally. The only problem is this one needs a direct connection. So I'm probably going to move it over there. Very good. And we will need to move the road over to this area. So that we can still use the fields here. Righto, so this one. And then I can have another plantation here. Basically, wait a second. Oh, that's a tricky business here right now. There you go. Moving it over there. Getting rid of the linen mill. Moving the linen mill. We have now all of this one here. So it has the 144 fields for all of that. And we still have now this whole side here too for another plantation. I'm really glad about that. I could then just have the other plantation here. Right? And this would take the whole road and we probably could even have another one. Let's try this one out. That's for... What should we get there? I think the sugar cane, as that is usually something that we need a lot of. Alright, very good. There's another one we can work with. And then I could even get another one. What should we do? We have choices. Let's go with the coffee, I guess. I'm going to have the coffee on that side because I need to have another warehouse then here. Messy, but it's working. Yes. Very nice. I didn't expect this basin here to have so much water. We'll just see how long it lasts though through summer, right? But at least for now, we got another full plantation now. That's those two things. I mean, yeah, or we actually take just the caoutchouc out of that. Be entirely possible too. We do need more caoutchouc anyway, right? For the silver bars. Yep. Actually, sorry, let's make this one caoutchouc, because that makes more sense. We already have the trade route. Plus, I need it for an increased silver production. Silver coin. Oh, and it's summer. Now we'll just see how long it lasts. The basins, I mean. Very good. Let's actually... I'm still waiting. We still have 1 more minute. And every minute counts. And what I also need to do, I think now, is we have the rum and the tortillas. So I could now start my jump starting of the economy over there for getting the obreros into Illo de Vazio. I will need a couple more honorlevers though, I think. Let's just have a couple more here. And then a couple more here. Let's just make this road full. I don't think we need more than that though. And we definitely should not build too many, because consumption is then too high again. So I'm just going to keep them here now. And they are in for a real treat. And that is the tortilla and stuff like that. Alright, 30, we're down to that. It's summer, by the way, so the production of my leaching oxidation pools can continue again. And let's actually turn in the delivery.
You have my
there you go.
Excellent work.
You have successfully met the third quarter within the deadline. Do you simply fulfill it, or do you want to do something else? We could bribe him. We have the money this time. Bribe the actor with cash, receive extra workforce. Alright. Let's do this.
The imperial prisons are fit to bursting.
Extra workforce, that is quite a lot. 600 obreros. Do we get that everywhere? No, only in Deserto. Alright. Let's take it. Let's take tortillas, 20 tons, and rum. Yeah, 14 tons. Should still be fine. Getting this one over. Oh, and the... I guess I will need to downgrade some of the obreros here to get the Honolero workforce in. There you go. Couple of downgrades. Alright, we need 80 tons of silver coins. I was expecting this. The Royal Mints can also continue their production now. The smelters are starting, so 80 tons, right? We produce 1 per minute right now. Boosting it, we get a bit more out of that. So we could meet this one, kind of like. But we do need another one, definitely. For this one, I would actually go with 2 more to play it absolutely safe. Right, so I do need a bit more caoutchouc to come in. I think this is actually manageable. Also, the next basin is finished. This one. And this one still takes a bit of time. This one has no water in it now, so we can just safely put it up there somewhere, right, and build the canals on it. With the next monsoon, it will then fill up, and that's another basin we can use for some proper irrigation. Probably going over here. And then another one into my lumberjack huts, but we can safely move them away a bit. But I don't think that's it's going to be more than that. Over there, and let's just move the lumberjack hut to the other side, so this one here can fully functional. Right, so that would be one. There's actually some irrigation coming, but of course we're in the beginning of summer more or less, so this is not going to work out. This basin then, I don't actually think that I have space for the last basin. We're just going to see where we can squeeze it in down here, I guess, safely, and get rid of the timber production altogether. That's just the basin then, and that's for a few more resources. I guess this time we're going with sugarcane then to boost this one, or tobacco to get a bit more workforce out.
What is all this commotion?
Season of Conviction. A joyous crowd gathers in the marketplace. At its center is a boy who the previous afternoon had ceased to breathe. His mother took his limp body to the mountain caverns and left him there amidst offerings of rum and tobacco. The next day the boy came down from the mountain, wide-eyed and wheezing, but very much alive. I believe there is a power in the mountain. I believe that God is responsible. I believe that there is a rational explanation.
I
Alright,
feel
let's try
bad
this.
for the poor
I mean, the mountain sounds
They will
pretty cool
never
too.
experience the
Why so quick to turn to superstition? The human body is more resilient
Especially if it
than you
gets
credit it
some, you know, drugs. Then the human body can definitely do some wonders. We need to put the ammonium plant there back to work again. I think we have also lots of saltpeter now in. Please tell me that. Where's my saltpeter? There it is, 99 tons, so perfect. We don't need to activate this for a long time. Saltpeter works, getting some workforce back again. Right, there's still so much schnapps in. It's perfect, really. Schnapps is fine. We could, by the way, boost the happiness. I know with the alcohol, but I think this will also affect the rum. Yeah, by 100%. That's crazy. We could increase the coffee consumption by 50%. It's at 2 at the moment. The demand is only at 1. So that is possible. We can use the coffee to do it. Increase coffee consumption. Chance of illness and chance of riots is reduced by 250%. Also, the needs for tortillas, rum and fish stew is reduced. Holy cow, that's pretty powerful. There you go. So my obreros reach this one now. And the coffee, oh, only -1, right? So we are still having a surplus of 2. Very nice. That is perfect. I think this is helping out a lot. And the obreros are really happy. Good to see, good to see. Now, Ilo de Vazio. Let's get the tortillas and the rum in. And let's move the bricks then over to Deserto de Prato. We're going to need that. And those guys here have now everything they need. And hopefully consumption is not too high. That's looking good. So that we get the obreros then on this island. Those I'm going to need for my fuel station, essentially. And that would be possible then. Getting fuel. Alright, this one, yeah, it still needs some resources there. Still needs the cyanide. We should have that though now. Not completely yet. That's the dung and the saltpeter, and both of them are in plentiful, so I can actually build another one. 60 obreros. Oh, it's tight. It's tight, it's tight. I don't have anything else that I could pause though. And certainly not my mines. By the way, I'm actually very tempted to get the next silver mine up there. We are at 28 tons of silver coins for now. 28. Caoutchouc should be in plenty, yes. 28. So that means around, yeah, 50 are still missing. We have 38 minutes. I definitely will need at least one more royal mint. But this is, it feels manageable. We can boost it by 50 for now. Yep, only a +0 happiness now, but that's still fine. And chance of rise is reduced anyway, massively by the coffee. So in that case, let's keep this one running for now. And then there's still a silver. Yeah, that's this one. I do need another one. 50% is already the boost here. Let's get rid of, let's move this one. It's getting tight. It's getting tight there with the workforce. Another ammonia plant. But where do we get the workforce from? 48 we miss. The coffee roaster needs to work at all costs. Pretty important. Well, look at the tortillas we have in now. I can actually put the tortillas back for my Honoleros, I think. Yeah, we still have a surplus despite having it allowed for them again. Very nice. That's more Honoleros. I could just upgrade, really, right? Once that is in, I can just upgrade. There's some bricks coming in. And how's it looking here now? Close to upgrading. There it is. There's the upgrade. So, God, yes. Come in. Let's upgrade. 170. How many do we need? For the fuel station. We need 45, but I think we also need then one for each one of these. No, 45 only. Do we need the obreros for anything else on this island? I don't think so. For another silver mine, we could do it. Yep, totally. Getting a bit more silver over might be important. But that's Honoleros only as well. I don't need more of them. Nope. I will upgrade a couple more just for safety measures, because once the tortillas and the rum runs out, right, they will be dropping down again. But I think this is it. Nice tiny town. And with that, fuel station. Fuel station is possible. Bit more timber. Bit more timber, and then we should be golden. I was looking, meanwhile, Deserto de Prato. Prata.
Your people are rioting.
What? Oh, it's in Ilha de Vazio. Why is there riots here? Do we have any boost? Yeah, we have boosting. No, we don't. I'm not boosting anything here. Strange. Strange indeed. I do need a police station here now. Is it here in the center of it? Very strange right there. It seems a bit scripted, to be honest, but anyway, we're fine. I do need to wait for a bit of timber, and then we can start the fuel. That will boost my, especially corn, right, that we need. And how should we continue here in the Deserto de Prata? I need somehow a bit more obreros.
We lack the means of
Just a couple more. I will pause this one here, I guess.
Done.
And the next foundation is finished. That's the next basin. We have 18 minutes deciding where we want to place this one. No idea yet. I need to get the silver mining though. Come on. Where's my bricks?
We're only as good as our last.
Now we have it. And let's build the royal mint. Of course, that's really bad for my workforce, but we can upgrade. And I should. There you go. There you go. Very nice. So there is at least something. And I might also just upgrade then some haciendas, because they are actually getting the boost, right? No, actually, the vanilla ones are getting the boost too. Perfect. That's great. The fire station should do the trick. And this one should be working now any second too. I think though the silver bars will be really negative then. It's already at 50%. Ah, it's still a surplus of +1. I think we can still get another royal mint out there then. Right, so I just need a few more bricks. And by the way, we have the workforce, so let's continue producing bricks again. Alright, it's working. The third one. We got 3 silver mines now working. We still have 30 minutes. This feels good. So I think we can still manage to reach that. Then it's only the last task, right, that we would need to boost there. For now, economy looks stable. The fuel will be coming in soon. I have a good feeling for now, though the game never ceases to surprise me. We'll just see how the terrible person I am. I am a terrible person after all. I mean, really, really terrible. I'm so sorry. There is, of course, oil on my Deserto de Prata. I have no idea how I could have missed this, because I was looking at this all the time. We have the clay, we have the silver, and I was preparing my fuel over here in Ilha de Vazio. I mean, it's not for nothing, right? We have the brick production here that we need, and that is the important thing. And I'm just glad that I haven't built the fuel station there yet, because it seems to be a bit bugged there. We do have the oil springs here, but we can't see them, and I can't build an oil well over it. So this might not be really working, as opposed to this one where we can clearly see all 3 fields. And yeah, well, definitely we should be going for this one. Obviously, it makes things just so much easier, and I probably should have done this way earlier than what is actually possible now. But okay, we are still on track here. Before I built this one, penultimate delivery, we have 30 more minutes time. 80 tons of silver coins. We are sitting at 46 tons, increasing by 3 per minute. So I have a good feeling that we will be able to reach this. Though we need to make sure it is summer right now. In Monsoon, my silver production and my cyanide production, or my oxidation pools, are not working. So we need to be very sure that this all is working for now with the full load, right? So we are boosting this one. I'm going to boost this one, even though my obreros will not be too happy about that. We need everything that we can get when it comes to these resources there. There's also this warehouse here with the additional bricks that we have. We could boost this one, upgrade that. However, I would like to just for now add another warehouse here. It's just cheaper overall. Some of you have been asking why I'm rather build a second one than upgrading this one for a very simple reason. Upgrading is extremely expensive. It's 20 tons of bricks, and bricks is just so rare for one additional loading ramp. If I build one warehouse, it costs me 10 tons of timber only and provides 2 loading ramps right away. It does though consume space, right? But other than that, it's just really good of just building a second warehouse right next to it. And we basically save a lot of bricks. Bricks that I can now use for my fuel station here. So I'm just going ahead there now. We are going to build the warehouse first. And then I'm going to build the fuel station, right? Costing me some 45 obreros, alright? And the only thing we now need is these oil wells, costing me some bricks again. I can build one for now and a second one, right? But that's it. The third one, we're still waiting there. There it is, right? The trader is coming in right on time. By the way, I need to activate my saltpeter works there too. After all, it was deactivated because we were full on that and I had workforce problems. Now workforce is better again. And there's the bricks coming in. And with that, I will be able to get the third one out there. So we got all 3. This one is working now. I'm not boosting it for now, right? And we're producing the fuel. How much are we producing though? Let's just check this one out. Where is fuel anyway? It should be under construction. It's not raw material. It's not. Alright, consumer goods. I also can't find it in consumer goods. Where is my fuel? I don't find... There it is. We produce 3 per minute right now. That's a lot. 3 per minute, we can do quite a lot of things, good things about that. And one of them would be boosting my farms, of course, because with that, we can finally do that. We have the warehouse here. I will probably need to squeeze in another warehouse somewhere in this area. That is already overloaded there a bit. I might build it here. That's a good location for that, because we have the corn, and there's the tractor barn, right? And we can build the tractor barn right here now. There you go. Get a tiny road there. This tractor barn is now getting the fuel from the warehouse. And once it's coming in, we will see a wonder, unlike anything else. We could now also theoretically get rid of one of the farms here, because this one is getting boosted by 50%. And on top of that, now the fuel is coming in. Just look at that. We'll just see to what heights this one is going. There's a pretty nice animation too. And... oh boy, this is... I will need to move the Hacienda distillery. I'm going to move this one over here, right? Because we do just need a bit of additional space overall for another warehouse. We are completely capped with that. And I think this one is lacking the farms, but lucky us, we do have some 3 slots available there to boost this one to 100 again. Now, what's going on with the tractor? Where's the tractor? There it is. It is already going to 250. Productivity with the tractor is increased by 200%, and the workforce is reduced by 50%. It's just a question now how much fuel we consume with that, and I guess we will have to go for my big list there. Fuel. So we are not even, right? We're not even at 1 at the moment. Now I really would like to know where fuel is. It's in resources, but I don't find it. Agriculture, it can't be here. Intermediate, it's also not here. So it's not in these lists here. It's only when we activate all goods. Another very strange thing. Alright, it doesn't matter. There's the fuel now. Perfect. That will boost our corn production quite a bit. 200% is a lot. In addition, and I can do this of course for all the other ones too. We got the sugar cane, we got another corn here, we got the spices, right? But I think spices is rather good looking anyway. That I don't care about so much. I would really like to boost my sugar cane there a tiny bit, because I think that's the most important thing that we have in for getting more rum into my town. Even though all of these things are looking fantastic at the moment, and I don't think we have a problem really. I don't. I mean, we should get more productions up, right? Cyanide later. This one is having only 1. Let's activate a couple more here. Oh, yeah, okay. All of them, I guess. It's fine. Right, and that's the silver and the cyanide that we get out of this one here. Boy, we do need silver for a lot of things, though. Alright, and I will build another silver ore mine then here. That's the Honolleros though, that we miss with that. And for the Honolleros,
Must really
I might just need
celebrate.
another district for them. So we could have another one over there, right? I mean, I do have everything for that, and we have the production. So getting another 100-hour district should be fantastic. Oh, wait a second. Yes, we can have more over there. It's totally fine since there's so much space here, or the radius is so big by now that we can easily squeeze in more of these guys. Right, so this whole thing is growing into the farms then, which makes sense to me. Since these are farmers, right? There's the workforce for those guys, and here. And here by the farm, by the mine. We're not beauty building here, obviously. It was never my intention. We have ornaments, by the way? I don't think so. I think we don't have any ornaments in this scenario. That's a shame. I mean, right now I do have some time. Alright, let's just have a full plaza around it then. And can I have paved roads? There's also no paved roads. I'm devastated. Alright, no can do. I'm sorry for that. So we have just this plaza here, which is the most beautiful location in all Deserto de Prata.
How could you?
Alright, these resources are coming in now. And why are they so unhappy, the Honoreros? I think it's really just because of the boosting. Alright, we should probably reduce this for a couple of productions here. So the fish, yeah, that's fine. The corn, we don't need to have that much corn boosting anymore. And that's it though. Right, with that, it's at 0, right? But that still should not be unhappy. Strange. I will just get me another fisher farm. 15 Honoreros, we can afford that. Right, getting this one over. And for the corn, I have this one, and I would like to have another tractor. And that we can afford down here. Right, that would be the next one. Actually quite expensive. And I will need another warehouse for that. There you go. So that this one gets the fuel. That's a second corn plantation now being boosted. And then we have the potato, where we have the sugarcane. Is any sugarcane going to the other side over there? No, there's not. This one here. I might get rid of this. And is that possible? No, it needs to be adjacent to one of the fields at least. Right, so what we can do here is I'm going to turn the potato to sugarcane. And I'm going to turn this sugarcane to potato. Right, because they need the same amount of space. And I don't need to boost the potatoes. I will need to boost the sugarcane. And that's the sugarcane here. Right, so this one gets another tractor. And there is also the warehouse for that. I mean, what I could also do is I could also add some 50 more fields to these plantations, right? That might make sense, but since we have so much fuel, I don't think it's really necessary. We're still barely touching the 1 per minute, right? So this fuel station was so much boosting there. We could do it here as well. Why not? We have the fuel, right? So that's the boosting. And by the way, can we boost those guys here somehow? We can't. So the coin is looking dim.
Your people are starting to get sick.
And the goat farm has the silo that would consume corn. Since corn is coming in a lot now with the boosting, we might boost the goat farms. Oh, and there is the sickness. How is sickness possible? We have the coffee. Chance of illness reduced by 250%. Oh, for the obreros only. Alright. Sorry, Honoreros, you are not included. I will need to build a hospital then.
Workforce shortage.
And I will need to build it in a location that is possible. So I guess nowhere. We don't have the space. I can't get rid of these buildings there. I can't reach them no matter what I do. I can build it here and then move it. Yep. We build it here for now because that is reaching all the sick people, and then we move it. Right? That's the hospital. And there's also some green area here. How very nice. At least we got that working. Some trees. Trees are possible after all on this island. Didn't think it was possible. Alright, we have a bit more workforce. The next silver mine would be amazing before Monsoon starts. Oh boy. 70 coin we are. We still need 10 more coin. And then we are ready. And I think we will be able to do this. Yep, getting this one done is important. Cyanide. and it should be... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We could get another one out there, I guess. For the ammonia plantation. Can we boost it? It's already boosted by 50%. I might add another one, though. I think dung is also looking good. Yeah, dung is at 100 tons right now, but declining. And the goats are still fantastic, though. These warehouses look fine. Some of them have someone waiting, but not too much waiting overall. That is good. Yeah, and I will probably need another ammonia plant. That's 60 obreros. And I'm going to have this one here. Right, it's going to take it from the warehouse. That's that. Now, another thing is we have now a lot of spices in, right? It's still increasing by +1, and I think we have the spices here. Another thing that I could boost once again, and I will boost this one for a very good reason, because we can now get the hot sauce in the brewery. Let's just have a look at that real quick. Hot sauce recipe, there it is, and it only needs a spice, right? And the hot sauce is boosting my jornaleros and my obreros, right? And it's a need, so it increases the workforce directly. Very important. How much do we need? How much hot sauce? 6? Holy cow. I need 6? That we might need to be careful about. There's a brewery. Let's just see. We can squeeze one in here. That would be perfect, I guess. And that's it though, right? Yeah. We can build one for now. I mean, hooray, I guess. Let's get this one going. Let's choose the hot sauce. So this is starting its production now. And we will also need to upgrade then this warehouse. By the way, we have the timber. I would really like to upgrade or build the next silver ore mine so that we get more silver ore in. We're a bit low on that at the moment. That's fine. And another thing I wanted to check out. So happiness should be going up then again a bit, right, with that. Now, we still need to wait there a couple of seconds and then we see how much. Processing time is 1.2 minutes. Holy cow, seriously? We do need more than 6 of these, if my calculation is right. Boosting it to 50% is, of course, increasing that a bit. But that is not looking great, right? Let's pause the hot sauce consumption for now. And just find us a better location then. There we still have some room, right? I wanted actually to build increase my population there. We can have some more here though. So I'm just going to add a couple more people. Since population is everything at this point. And yeah. Yeah, and then most likely here by the water. Having another block would be fantastic, and that's basically it. And then I'm just hoping that the hot sauce is doing a good job there. Oh, and we've also lost some people there to the plague, but my hospital is working. And the rain is starting. We do have enough silver coin though, right? Yes, we are at 87 tons. Perfect. So this delivery will be no problem. 14 more minutes. That means the next task will start right when the new summer starts, right? So with the 5 minutes bonus that we have. So we have a lot of coke. We have some silver amalgam. So we can still continue working there for now. The bars are not in though. And the bars, that's the silver amalgam and the coke. So they can continue working. And caoutchouc we have plenty of as well, right? So caoutchouc is full almost. Perfect. That means... Yep, production continues. I will be able to build another silver smelter. That's some more obreros though. But it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine overall. Yes, that is just looking very good at the moment. Silver is not working now. It's still working though, right? So we still have the boosting there. All is well. We have the jornaleros, by the way, too, for another silver mine. If I have another slot. I have another slot. Let's just add this one too. Gotta say though, I really love this scenario. It's so much more fun than Eden's burning, which I didn't like so much. This one really feels so in-depth and there's so much to do and optimize all the time. It's really fantastic. And I mean, now I'm praising it. Perhaps we might be totally screwed over in a couple of minutes. So there is something happening, the season of penance. A procession of workers wends its way to the mountain, chanting and lamenting in a ritual of penance. Join in? Productivity is reduced. Happiness is increased. Silver ore mine minus 20%. Prohibit the practice. Chance of rise is increased or leave them be. I'm inclined to go with that. Though it doesn't say how long this one is lasting, right? Lasts until next monsoon. Oh, that's too long. We would lose 20% productivity for the whole next summer season. And this one also lasts until next monsoon. The chance of riots is increased by 50%, but we are reducing riots with our coffee. So I think we're going with this. Right? That one is working now, but at the same time we have the coffee with the chance of riots reduced by 250%. And plus we have a content population. So I think that we will be fine. And I will just need to add some police stations afterwards with them clubbing, alright, beating them down and stuff. Now I do need this area, unfortunately, not for, for my people, but rather for breweries. We need the hot sauce. And since spice is so easy to produce, I really would love to get the hot sauce full, right? So it's just really important. There you go. Let's build them. Cost me a bit of timber there. Oh, and I did a mistake there. Because now I need to do it for all of them. I could have done it for one and then copied it. And this way we would have saved doing this step here now. That's fine. Right. There's going to be a lot of spice consumption now. And for that, I'm preparing. Let's just check my fuel there once more. Where's my fuel? Under the all one. It's down to 1. Alright, so we are starting now consumption. And in that case, one more will be fine. That will be over here. Yeah. It will be over here. There is another additional bonus with that. Let's build it. Has a bit of a way there, but I think it's fine. That we have plenty of space here. So for this spice farm, we can actually use all the fields now. The full boosting, right? So it's getting boosted by the additional fields, plus also the fuel now. So that's a lot of spices we'll see here. Popping up. Perfect. Working really nicely overall. The next delivery is 7 more minutes. We should be having a lot of coins by now. 102 tons. I hope that the next delivery will not include silver bars. And, yep, I'm also waiting now for the smelter stem. And by the way, we should have some hot sauce in now too. There it is, 4 tons. Let's just unlock it for obreros first. Right, so they will be getting this one. That should see a nice boost now to my obrero workforce. There it's going up, perfect. And does it make them happier? Not really, right? Very nice, this looks good. Doesn't make... Oh, it makes them happier, perfect. Plus 2 more happiness for the obreros. And hot sauce is in. And also another silver smelter comes up. For this one, I will, yeah, let's just build another warehouse then here somewhere. We do need that after all. There you go. 8 more minutes for monsoon. 4 more minutes for the delivery. How much hot sauce are we consuming? We still have a surplus of +1. With the 3 breweries, should be more working. And I'm trying not to boost them. Let's copy this one. And they consume 30 holidays each. Right, we still have a nice surplus there. Ah, and there's the ruin. There's the rights, but there is somewhere else. Oh! The ritual prohibited is affecting the other islands too. Alright. Of course. Build the police. Let's build 2 polices. There you go. And it's probably also going to be in Isla de Vazio. Just build them here and get the police on its way. We already have a police station there. And let's have another one here. Right. So that we have 2. That the game doesn't tell you. So I thought it would only be in this area de Prata since it made sense, right? I mean, here there was the procession. Why should they be affected on the other islands too? Stations. No idea. Oh, and the bricks. The bricks is so lovely now with the additional production. Blind attempt, that is as well. I mean, I gotta tap my shoulder from time to time. Do I? Well, I can do this from time to time, really. Even though I was so bad at the fuel stuff. Yeah, you can totally call me out on that. Now, we are still 1 minute away from the final delivery. I have some resources left over and I would like to do the upgrading. I would like to upgrade my trading post now. That gives me 75 tons more storage, and I think this can come in very handily for any kind of buffer that we're building up. I have no idea how many more deliveries we're going to have here, right? Penultimate delivery, it already hints at something there. We'll just see about that. We got lots of tortillas in, the rum is going up, the fish stew is not looking so great, the hot sauce is also not looking so great. Let's just check this one out. We finished that the last episode, and hot sauce is, yeah, actually not really going up there, despite us having now a lot of hot sauce breweries. I don't completely understand this right now. Right, we got like 5 factories for that, and here it says though that we are only having 3. So something is wrong here. I mean, I have no idea how much we really produce with that. Let's just get us another one out there that is producing the hot sauce now. Spices is going down officially. Is that counting in already my spice farm that is working at 350%? You can check this one out here too. We have a surplus of 1 there at the moment. He has arrived, so we got now 4.5 minutes. Actually, we got 5 minutes. And
How do you expect me to maintain quality with
that's
these
fine, and we are having
supplies?
115 silver coins at the moment. The silver amalgam is out now. That's of course because they don't work during the monsoon. And by the way, I could have also done something here, pause them, right? Getting some workforce in, also saving a bit of coin there as well with that. It's just a micromanagement thing here, and it's not really the end of the world if I don't do it. Silver amalgam, yes, that's the problem. We should have had enough to work through monsoon as well, if I'm being honest here. So we don't have that. And they consume what again? I always forget it about the silver amalgam. There's so many productions there. It's the silver ore and the cyanide. So at least cyanide should be building up though over monsoon. Yep, we're at 60 tons almost. So that is working for now. Very good. We do, however, will need another goat farm, because we have this ammonia plant there now too. And we definitely should do that. I can move. Now, let's get rid of this lumberjack hut and instead have another goat farm here. There you go. This one will work. That's the 6 fields. Right, we could have a silo then as well, and then we have the ammonia plants. Let's build that. Build this one, and let's build one of them here too, right, for the additional consumption there. That's fantastic, because we do need more of that. Alright, and I still want to check what's going on here really. Ah, there it is. Now it's starting to climb there, so we're at 2. And if I open up now the hot sauce for my Honoleros, where will we sit? Of course, lots of additional Honoleros will flood in with that. But how's it looking with the hot sauce? It's at -2. But we have a content population. 20% increase? That should be fine. Yep, we still have a positive one. And this should do something. It's still at -2. Very strange. I mean, they're all working. Alright, anyway, we need to turn in the next delivery. There he is. It is blocked right now because of this message. There you go. Bribe him once more. We can do this. Send some of your people away to work for the actuary. Your final quota is reduced. What? I think we're losing workforce with that. Or we bribe him. Receive a large quantity of luxury goods. We could afford the money. We could probably not afford the workforce. My final quota is reduced. This is tricky. The thing is, I have no idea how many, right? It doesn't say that at all, which is a shame, really. So I could just go into sheer luck there. Nah, let's just pay. And we get some chewing gums, rum, and coffee for the coin. And we do need to supply now 150 tons of silver coins in 45 minutes for the final quota. Alright, summer is over, so these can work again.
Good news, Vasco. The next quota will be your last. Let's make it a challenging one.
Let's just make this one work now. We're actually down on timber, I don't believe that. So bricks is now so fine. Let's get us some sawmills working up again. We do need the timber for this very last delivery. And also saltpeter is out. So I think the next saltpeter work we can use because we got the workforce. Right, there you go. Nah, that we cannot afford anymore. I mean, we could. Alright, and there is also the chewing gum. So we see that this is increasing my obrero workforce there a bit, so we could afford a couple more productions, I think. 150 tons. We are not going to reach gold though, unfortunately, because for gold you need to fulfill all deliveries plus have 300 tons, I think it was, in addition, right? So that we will never be able to do. But silver we can absolutely go for, hopefully. And we need to fulfill this one. We got 35 tons there left over.
Workforce shortage.
Alright. That's a problem, of course. And yeah, we're boosting the caoutchouc there, and we are really pressing out everything we have from them. I don't think that I'm going to need these basins there anymore though, right? So I think there's not that much we could get out of that. Happiness is fine, really. And the ponchos we could do. We could do the ponchos. That would affect both of them. Oh, and by the way, these ones here? They have a chapel, that's fine. Yeah, it's the ponchos really that we could still go for. Getting a bit more happiness out should be fine. And for the ponchos, I do need the linseed farm, this one. And we just have to have a couple of them here. I'm going with one here. Let's just see that we make this one full. 144. That we can afford. Yeah, basically uses almost everything here. Then we have the next one here. This one, by the way, is not getting full. So we just had a full monsoon season. Basically the maximum we can have there. There's another one.
Ah, the season of reaping.
And that's probably it for this one. That would be, yeah, only those two really. Not a lot. Built them. And here we have the caoutchouc still working. And I still have this base in there though, but yeah, I can't do anything with that anymore. So I think we will just be happy with what we have. I can activate the linen mill again, and I can activate the poncho downer. And also we can rebuild now lots of these honaders here that kind of like destroyed themselves in the riots. Participate in the settlement of favors. Season of reaping. In the season of reaping, it is customary to settle one's debts and repay favors. Oh, I'm not going to use coin. Grant a favor to an old admiral. Okay, the movement speed of my ship is increased by 66%. Collect the favor you owed from the season of sowing. Yes, we had a favor open, right? Do we get something? Can I see that? I don't think so. What did we get? I hope we got something. Oh my goodness! We got 100 tons of silver coins. Alright, so the final delivery will definitely be manageable. And now I'm looking a bit at the 300 tons that we could have in addition. I do need more of these here. Oxidation pools, they are working, right? So the silver ore is still climbing. We could get still another one of these out there. If I had the beach, there we have the beach area. Alright, this could actually be working. Saltpeter, we have plenty of, not really. Yeah, let's get us... I need to boost them. Still fine. And then we get another oxidation pool here. Right, because we got everything else then. The cyanide leacher. And then we get the pools here.
The revolt left your city in ruins.
That's 8 of 8. Get the... Where's a bit closer there? Perfect, let's build this one. Cannot build more than that because we lack the timber. By the way, we lack the timber. Can I get it from somewhere else? we would be full on timber here. And the ship has just left. Let's use the ship for getting a bit more timber over. We need that in the Cerro de Plata. Right, and any kind of ruins? There's still... Oh, the sickness has spread now to the inner city than here. For that, I have no bonus anymore. I can move. No, we don't need to move. I can move this one here. And we should be able, yep, to use some more honoraries in there. I need to get rid of these guys here. So I can move those. Of course we can't. Of course we can't move them. I am furious. It's too close to the incident. Let's move this one. Then we can get rid of this road there. And instead have the hospital here. No.
In one of your factories.
Yes, now comes the explosion. I'm going to have it here for now. I mean, it's an extremely inappropriate location, but it's close enough there. We lost a silver mine. There's some fires now too. Where's my firefighters? I will need to build another firefighter here though. If we had the timber. There's my ship.
Old scars must run.
Alright, so fire station ready. Lots of fires there right now. And 2 hospitals should do the trick as well. How's it looking with my productions? Very good. So the production is continuing now. Let's... Oh. My bad. Continue building some leeches here. They're now getting the resources. That would be the cyanide and the dung. No, actually not this, the dung, the silver ore. We have plenty of these, so I can really make this one fully work here. Cyanide leacher. And we probably can afford another silver smelter because of that. And then another royal mint ultimately. 35 minutes.
Buildings abandoned.
Also build another fire station there. Alright, and that silver ore mine, we do need more timber again for this. Timber, timber, timber. Spank me harder, timber. We need you. Give me timber. There we have it. Or the silver ore mine. Working again. Then I just need more timber to rebuild my houses. Okay, we do not have enough workers, I think, for all of them, but at least another royal mint will be possible. Right, with that, we are going down there a bit of the obreros too. But what I could do, I guess, is reducing some of my other productions that we probably will not need that much anymore. And one of them would be my brick production, right? So we have the clay pits there working. Let's pause them. And let's pause these brick factories. That brings the Joneros back on track. And we should be able, yes, to upgrade some of them. So probably let's get rid of this block here and add some obreros instead. So this will give me some workforce there too. Another royal mint is just going to be fantastic for us, hopefully. And we still have 26 more minutes. It's just not going to work out. Sorry. The delivery will be able to do. So we'll be able to finish all deliveries, most likely, but not the bonus on top of that we need for the gold.
I'm so tired.
So ammonium. Going down here, cyanide right now. Let's build the next one. That's the dung. We should have plenty of dung. Since this gold farm is now working too. And then the saltpeter. That is a bit of a problem there. Right. We're sitting at 3 tons.
I believed we would be
I think it's equal. But equal, of course, is also not so great. Let's upgrade a couple of Joneros. Do we have any ruins? There we have ruins. It's just that. And we should have some ponchos. Yeah, some 15 tons of ponchos. I will just get a couple of ponchos over there at some point to increase happiness. But it's just a temporary boost, really. It's not going to be that great. And yeah, this is just really crazy there, by the way. We are not able to get this, the hot sauce up there at all, right? So I'm going to build 2 more. And for that, I will definitely now need, though, to boost my other spice farm. So this one. And for that, once again, we do need to make some adjustment here. So this one will have reduced fields, I guess. Or wait a second, no, the hospital can go away. Yeah, we already built the other hospital, right? So let's get rid of that. We get the materials back, some of them at least. And this one here gets also its tractor. That we can have right there. I don't need any additional fields though for it, right? I just want the boost from the tractor, which is 200%. And yeah, there we can squeeze in one more. Can we not? It was within the radius. Ah, how very unfair. All right, let's get rid of it again. Another Hacienda Obrero. Perfect. So workforce is okay. And yeah, we should really be seeing some change there with the hot sauce now. I mean, come on. Spice is still going down. Of course, it needs to start working there properly first, right? Before we can do anything in this area. The silver mines are working. We are at 180 tons. It's still increasing only at 2 to 3 per minute right now. So if I ever make a second playthrough of this, what we can take from this, we probably will have to get 2 favors to get the silver coins for the last delivery, right? So 2 favors that we can turn in for the 100 tons each, I guess they are. That would be 200 tons, and then it would be realistic, I guess. Other than that, it's not. Even though, of course, storage-wise, we will also need to work on that. So getting some depots out there is another thing entirely that we could do. And yeah, the hot sauce I think is now more stable. Yep, because the workforce, we can see that. And this would actually allow us to get us some more silver smelter. So let's have another silver smelter. Just want to see how far we can push this one, right? This one is working now. And then that would be possible to have another royal mint. Season of reflection. As Vasco's final days on the island approach, he reflects on what his experience here has taught him. No man is an island, La Corona is doomed to fall, there is joy in solitude. No man is an island. Let's make there's joy in solitude. I like this one.
I can't say I miss life at the royal court. The soft sound of the waves.
You're getting old now.
This is all the company a man needs.
Let's build this royal mint there too. And we can still upgrade some jornaleros there to get more obreros. There you go. Bit of an evened out population once more. Upgrade this one. Spice.
Stand aside, boss.
We should see some nice spice income there. And let's reduce the goats. Right, make the people a bit happier. We can reduce goats, for example. And I think sugarcane would be possible too. Yes, it's going up really, really steeply there. So the sugarcane can also be reduced, getting a bit of happiness back. Yeah, that spice thingy though, it's going down. At least the hot sauce is stable now. What do I know? Right, let's just work with that. We do have this plantation here that is the sugar cane. We can get rid of this one here since we have enough sugar cane and use this to have some additional fields on the spice. Yeah, right. With that we get a bit more productivity out. Perhaps that changes, that turns the tide, but I don't know.
Trying to make the best of the situation.
We are now at a surplus rate of 3. Perfect. So at 220 tons. Still far away from the 300 tons we would need in addition. Okay, he has arrived.
When I denounce your crimes before the
150 ton silver coin. We can do this. And perhaps there is a surprise for us still. I think so.
The disgraced exile. You have my son. Bring me the silver.
You have successfully met the final quota within the deadline and earned the right to return home. How do you hand over your final delivery? Deliver the silver smugly, deliver the silver angrily, deliver the silver pleasantly. Let's just show him that he can't break us and deliver it pleasantly. Yeah, smugly is perhaps a bit too arrogant. Angrily, of course not, and pleasantly.
All of the very finest quality, I assure you.
You are a most dedicated man, Vasco. Collected your luggage?
Alright, we would have now 30 more minutes to finish the coin. But even with that, we are at 90 coin only, so that we would get another 90 coin in with waiting 30 minutes, which is not enough, right? So that would only get us to 180, to only half of what is possible. So I'm going to end it here.
Collected your luggage? You are a resourceful man, Viscount Oliveira. Your lands and titles are hereby restored.
Ah, how very gracious.
You know, none of us ever truly thought you'd get this operation up and running. Now that it's producing so much silver, well, it really should be entrusted to someone more responsible.
Huh. You think you can handle the weather here? Or the people?
Giving orders is among my greatest strengths. You made it clear.
Onward then. Bear us home, and don't look back.
And off we go. Into nothingness, I guess. Into the sunshine. And we have finished this scenario with that.
As your chief aide. I have had plenty of time to think in the 9 months since I returned from Desalto di Prata.
And now we return home to my estate and enjoy a reassuringly temperate climate. And I was sorry to hear that your most faithful actuary Edmundo Bauer has been unable to produce even a single bar of silver for you. He has my warmest regards. And with that victory, we should get the silver one, please. Yep, we get the silver one. So bronze and silver we finished. So we get these two skins now that we can also use in the base game, by the way. So wherever we want to. And so, yeah. Gold would be possible if we finish the favors, I think, to get the 100 tons of silver coin in addition. But I think it was successful silver for my first try. I hope you enjoyed this one a lot. I definitely enjoyed Seasons of Silver. Nice addition to the game. I can't wait for more scenarios they have to offer there. Really cool stuff. And with that, hope you enjoyed this one. Wish you all the best. Stay tuned.